Hello, everybody. My good lord, I have had some stream issues today. It's actually astonishing. Astonishing. Truly. So, here's the thing, right? I'm using GPU encoding on this, when originally I was not, because I'm a big dumb. But second time around, I had to. It was better that way. Took some load off the CPU, and it's just how it was meant to be. So, what the heck's happening right now? I'm gonna refresh this. So anyways... Oh my god, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime resub for 14 freaking months, my guy. I appreciate that so much. Here, let me get us on a proper screen here. Hello, everybody. You'll have to forgive the webcam lag, because, yeah, reasons. But yeah, so the thing is, when I go to start a stream, oh, wait, what? No, get out of here. There we go. Art, I'm probably not going to stick around. I know nothing about D&D. Well, maybe a little bit from playing Star Wars KOTOR, but nothing beyond that, nothing. That's fine, man. Whatever you... Sora with the rate of 4! Hello, everybody from Sora's stream. This is going to be entirely different from what Sora was just doing. I don't even know what Sora was just doing, but 100% this is going to be different. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, we are doing some D&D tonight, everybody. Ooh, this song's kind of cool. Where we are continuing a campaign that I have written known as Sunset Valley. I will do a quick recap, probably about 5 to 10 minutes-ish before we start, and then we'll get going on this. So we do have an exclamation mark D&D. Joel, are you in the chat right now? Did I miss you? I'm so sorry. Twinkle, how's it going, man? Cicero, I see you too. Hi, friends. Hello, Sora. How was your stream? How was your stream, friendo? Okay, so here's the thing. There we go. Perfect. So if anybody's in chat, you can use that if there are any new people in chat, so that they're aware that I don't just want to ignore you. I really don't. I love you all. So yeah. So bear with us. Dubes, what are you... You're hosting me now too? My goodness. Dubes, thank you so much for the host with 9 frackin' viewers. Oh wait, a raid. Even better. Thank you so much for the raid with the party of 7, my guy. My goodness, what are you guys doing, like, right off the bat, and all of a sudden we have a ton of hosts and raids coming in? Okay, so, that is the perfect time to get started on this Selksaser? Selksaser. Should I call you that? Oh, shoot, I did forget one thing. Chat. Need to go over here. You have to forgive me, guys, I'm still catching up here. I was having stream issues beforehand. Always show. Perfect. There we go. Howdy. Doobsy, how was your stream, man? What were you streaming? You're streaming Rocket League. Of course. Well done, man. How was your stream? How'd that go? No beer. They do not have anything interesting. Oh, that sucks. Yo, Selksaser, what's up, man? How's it going? Sell. I'll call you Sell. That's a lot easier. Okay, so, here's the thing, guys. Let me get the players in here in a second. I'll give a quick recap on everything. For anybody that is not familiar with D&D, this might seem a little different. Bear with us. We are still very new when it comes to this stuff. Let's see. 47. Moose, we can't get it above 50. I'm telling you, man. I am not buying a youngling for nearly $8. 5%. Nathan. 8%. Holy crap. Beer that has... Do they have beer that has alcohol in it? Because that's all you need. Got him, Twinkle. Nice. Twinkle, are you familiar with D&D? Alright, guys. Let me get this all set up and done and ready to go. Okay. I'll try and stay up on the D&D command. You do not have to worry about being super, like, careful about that, but I appreciate it, Moosey. Thank you so much. Do you love Reese's... Oh, yes. There you go, Nick. I'm in that spot with Rocket League at the moment where American Solo, I just can't playing it. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. $8 for a youngling, Twinkly? Absolutely. A Ewingling. Okay. Here, let me get the players in here so you guys, so we can get caught up here. I will pause the music. And then we will get started. Yingling. Thank you, Twinkle. That helps a lot. Okay, hello.
We're not gonna get to...
Hi, chat.
Oh, we're here? We're here! Yeah. All I heard was random laughing at I don't know what, so... I could use a Yingling 50! How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so... Hold on, where is everything? Everything's gone.
Right there.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so let me get music going for some background stuff. I will give a very quick recap for what the party has done so far. Oh wait, I have to show you guys their artistic masterpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, we
gave
weren't
him the
talking
ability
about
to
this.
draw on the map, and what used to be Sunset Valley is now, let's see, butts, boobs, ooh, oh, chat, wiener, high, a heart, needle dick, lumber.
We're off to a really good start.
Gotta can't forget number ass.
Yep, I think that's pure art. Proud of them, right, 50? Okay, 50, how did your drum stream go? I only caught the very end of that, but it looked like it was going really well. I always enjoy those. All right, give me 1 second. Fantastic, nice, man. That's awesome. Okay, I have things here, I swear. Okay, so, thanks for hopping by. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Ah! Kill it.
Well, somebody did something.
Straight cyan.
Let me see here. Perfect. Okay, let me, well done, well done. Let me, oh shoot, I don't have the right thing up. I'll have to send a picture after this of what my desk currently looks like.
Josh, I just tilt your camera down, my guy.
No, I have notes here.
Oh, okay. Like we're gonna read those.
Got him.
Oh no, roll 20 is malfunctioning.
No, not roll 20. Okay, so I like Uwu Mountain. That's amazing. All right, everybody, take one last look. So we're gonna clean it.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.
Art.
Oh, you missed
I did. I don't know what that is.
Hi, mom down there.
It's a snowman. There's a hi mom.
In
Where?
the lower left, it's gray.
What?
It's a little bit.
Oh my
there.
god.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so cute.
Okay, so I'm sadly going to have to look for a bit, my friend. Love you all. Hey, 50, not a problem, man. I appreciate you stopping by at all. Appreciate the lurk very much. If you happen to stop by later, we will see you then. Build me a hut on Uwu Mountain. Somebody want to build Doobs a hut there? Love Bidley. Isn't Biddy's hair awesome? That is fantastic.
I know,
Who
right?
said that? Who
Minty.
said that?
Minty.
Minty.
Oh, but then she did the love command and it was only 8%, so that's a freaking lie. Okay, so.
What were we
dear,
doing
that
on the
alone.
mountain?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I heard draw a hut on the mountain.
Yeah, there you go. There's Uwu Hut on Uwu Mountain, just for you, Doobs. Hold up, love. Oh, there you go. All right, so let's get into this thing.
All right. I'll mute while you do recap.
Sure. So, the unnamed party of 6 adventurers, some by happenstance, others by a little bit of a longer-term relationship, have, after returning from a battle with some goblins, after delivering a cask of wine to a local fisher shop owner known as Anton, the cask of wine being from Alton Good Barrel of Good Barrel Tavern, a very proud family establishment, brought the cask to him, re-met with his daughter Mara, who is just the most freaking adorable little girl ever, and after that proceeded to go to the Twilight Festival, had some nice, well, some people had some nice luck with those to get a little bit of gold, where at the end of the night, a beam of energy shot from the unknown tower connecting to the Isle of Eldon, creating a dome over the valley and wiping everyone's memory, well, after the next day, finding out that everyone had lost their memory of, first of all, the event, but also Mara. Nobody seemed to remember her, no matter who you asked. After going to Marcon, thinking he would be the one best suited with any knowledge to help you go somewhere from here, all the writing counts as assets. Oh, that is true. Didn't even notice that. Did we know that? Yes. Well, okay, I guess you didn't 100% know that the light came from the tower, but it came from the northeast, and the only thing there is the tower. It's the most logical assumption, but yeah, you're not 100% sure. David, thank you so much for the host. I really appreciate that. So after meeting with Marcon, he revealed that, oh, I guess to add to that, Mara gave you guys some pendants that she had found with some gems scattered about on the beach, which protected you. They were seemingly enchanted with some abjuration magic to protect against the effects, and Marcon was also wearing one, although a nicer amulet, clearly not just handcrafted. After filling you in a little bit, although Marcon is pretty defensive by nature, I guess, he didn't really want to give a bunch of information, as he's not entirely sure who to trust right now, and you were more his only option rather than intentionally, I'm going to trust you. So after that, he suggested the mines or the Isle as being logical points to visit next. The mines had rumors of undead presence there, which is very unusual for the valley, never been heard of before. And after observing the waves on the ocean and just making a group decision, it was decided to go to the mines. After interfacing, well, along the way, encountering a goblin ambush, and making pretty quick work of them, honestly.
Wreck those fools.
And finding a small metallic box with Zook's emblem embroidered on it, or engraved into it. Mavis's former master, Zook. The one that taught him everything. Everything he knows.
Everything I know.
And, oh wait, my webcam's lagging, that's fine. You guys proceeded to take the box to Zook, who was just, a little bit insane, doesn't remember Mavis, then remembered Mavis, then didn't remember Mavis, was wearing 3 pairs of goggles, for some reason gave you his only copy of the key to the mines, although he did take a mold to make another one in due time. You guys had a short conversation with one of the dwarves in like a rest area outside of the mines before officially heading in with the doors locked behind you. You made your way in. About 20 minutes through, you found a checkpoint, which is where I'll switch maps to the other one, although it won't really make that big a difference because it's only for a second here. Although you found a checkpoint, and after using a second key that Zook gave you, unlocked the door leading in deeper into the mines, where you heard that the dwarves broke into an actual cave rather than just strip mining off to the sides. On the other side, there were piles of bones. Mavis decided to poke through them, and a severed hand reached out and attempted to grab him, although with no success. And then as you guys were continuing deeper into the mines, this just cold, dank air and the smell of death, that is where we will pick up here.
Monk ass.
Monka S.
Why?
I'm happy we have an Minty in chat.
Wait,
He
what happened?
loves layovers. So
95%!
Oh no! Shit.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
After everything that she was just talking about too. Hey,
Wow.
Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.
All right, everybody. So,
Closing it out.
just for anybody that wasn't here last time, while we normally always interact with chat, we love you guys and continue to love you guys. We will not be paying as much attention to chat this time for the sake of the story continuing to move forward. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. We still have mods in the chat to answer those, and I will try and check back every once in a while to see if there's anything pressing. In the meantime, hope you guys enjoy. And so, yeah, that is where we pick up. As you guys, I'll need a marching order for everyone, but you guys are currently just on the other side of the door, past the bones. There were no more severed hands or anything within them. It just seemed like a bunch of corpses. As you continue down, the mind gently is on a slight decline as you go deeper, and it actually like constricts a little bit from where before it was about 10 feet wide of cave. It's about 5 feet now, forcing you guys to go single file for the rest of it.
Still so spacious.
I think the order we're in is the order we were marching.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Nessa was
Yeah.
leading.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Here I go.
You don't have dark vision, do you?
Here I go.
I have a torch lit.
I do
Right.
too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Let me get the marching order. Nessa, Laren, Mavis,
Wait.
Genmare, Zeos, and Gar. All right. Hello, David. All right. So, Nessa, with you in the lead, are you holding a torch, or are you just relying on the light from Gar's torch?
I'm holding a torch. I'm doing it with my shield and then my sword out.
Oh, what the heck's happening?
Oh, what?
You threw a curveball at him. He wasn't expecting this.
Sorry.
No, I didn't. I don't know what I did. Okay, there we go. I hit my combination to show the different thing at the bottom for stats, but I did it while on a different window, and it tried to open a file.
Does it work in the other?
Yeah, I just hadn't set it up for both. I was doing it bad.
Nice.
Wait.
Nathan.
VJ, did you change your name? From Authentic VJ, are you now just It's VJ? Hello, VJ. How's it going?
He's that well known.
Yep. It's VJ. All right, so...
Really, guys.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch. Nessa, what were you saying? Do you have a torch, or are you just relying on the light from...
I have torch and then shield, and then sword.
Perfect. Okay. So Nessa in the lead. A torch has bright light up to 30. Is it 30, 60?
It's
I
20.
think it's 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So Nessa, with you in the lead and Laren right behind you, you guys make your way for about. You guys walk for about 20 minutes with minimal change in anything in the caves around you. The ceilings are only about 7 feet high. The walls are like they break off every once in a while, where the dwarves did continue strip mining, but they only go for like some of them go for 10 feet or so, or they'll just go a little bit further out. Nothing seems to be. There doesn't really seem to be anything of interest in those. You
While we're
travel.
walking, I want to keep an ear out for any skittering hands that might come up behind it.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, me too, probably.
Okay. I'll need you guys both to make perception checks as you're in the front and back. That'll be
That's
perfect.
asking for a lot. I don't even have my.
That's asking for a lot, Josh.
Sorry, what did you want?
Perception check.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Okay. Not
Um,
that one immediately.
Ayo. Last time, yeah. Okay. So you're just listening for anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Beyond the the surrounding, it's like dead air. It's very silent in here. Apart from the clattering of you guys' footsteps, the subtle clattering as you guys are walking along. You continue for about another 20 minutes or so at this pace before.
I would like to do something before we go into like another room or
Sure.
a, like a larger area.
Okay. So like.
I want to place an alarm spell down behind.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay.
So I will know if anything passes by.
Okay. Sure. All right. So then, Nessa, continuing forward, you guys walk for about another 20 minutes, a total of about 40 minutes here, before the edge of your torchlight, about 40 feet out, you just start to see the cave open up all of a sudden. Where this 5 foot that you've been walking 5 foot wide spreads out into about a 10 foot again before opening up ahead into what seems like a cavern. But beyond here, it just looks like a very open cave. You don't see anything else.
Okay. I'd probably put my hand up to Laren.
Okay.
And say, it looks like we're coming up to some type of opening. I want to say clearing, but that's not correct.
I mean, you can.
Okay, I give a nod and kind of look forward and keep pace with you.
Okay.
I would just keep going into it. Here I go again on my own.
Well, I'll try to like stop you and be like, wait a sec, because I wanted to put down the spell.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Nessa, as you start to walk forward, Genmare puts his arm on your or his hand on your arm, stopping you.
If we could back up just a little bit, like not directly at the opening. It'll take me like 11 minutes to cast it, but
Alright,
Sure.
cool.
I will know if anything comes at us from that direction.
Okay. So for the sake of it, about how far back do you guys back up from the opening, where she saw about 40 feet out?
This the opening?
So 1 second, I need to adjust something for this, but I will let you know.
Alrighty.
I'd say like somewhere between like 100 and 200 feet.
Okay.
Long enough where
like
like it wouldn't be seen.
Sure. Okay. So in that case,
Give us plenty of time to react in case.
yep.
Yeah.
All right. So this is what you guys see.
Ah, okay.
Should we throw our characters down?
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
So the clearing is starting there.
Where you guys see to, that's where it opened up. Even though I don't have anything 100 feet back that way,
We can just
you guys
certify
can say
that.
that's where you put the ward. So Genmare, you are wanting to do about 100 feet back.
Yeah.
You guys, that line at the end over here, excuse me, you can see that, right? I wasn't on the wrong layer. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's like it's opens up, or there's
We're good to be
blocks
here.
right there.
You were back about here, like pretty much this is where you guys stopped before. So if you continued further in, you would be able to see more. But Genmare would like to pause before then.
Alarm first.
Sure. So you guys back up about 100 feet or so, where Genmare, you start inscribing runes like on the floor.
Yes.
Okay. So you start inscribing runes.
Well,
You want them on the wall or?
yeah. It's like an area. Like
Oh, a
20
5-foot cube. Oh, 20-foot cube. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, alarm.
Up
Okay.
to,
Sorry.
Up to, I should say.
I have it too, so.
It is no larger than a. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So I just like fill the tunnel like.
Okay.
cross
Perfect.
section.
Yeah, which is perfectly easy enough. The ceilings are only about 7 feet high back here, with about the 5 foot wide. It was pretty constricting overall. You do realize that this was mined by dwarves that didn't need as much height, so
Heck yeah.
They
So
only-
spacious.
so
And I'll do
spacious
the
for mavens of this.
mental alarm.
The mental alarm. Okay, perfect. So you spend the next 10 minutes or so. Is that what it says?
Yeah, it's 11 minutes because it's 10 plus whatever the casting time is for a ritual.
I see.
Oh, so casting as a ritual means you don't use a spell slot, right?
Right.
Okay, perfect. So, all right, you spend the next 10 minutes, 11 minutes truly, inscribing runes and just enchanting them along the way, speaking different words and performing different somatic components to imbue them with magic to ward the area, to let you know when any creatures would dare enter it.
While he's doing that, I'm just gonna ask him
What are you doing exactly?
Your concentration is
am-
broken for a second as you were just in the middle of like a somatic component there.
I'll ignore him.
You shake it off.
Has he gone deaf, maybe?
Mavis, he's concentrating.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So you go back to that. Is there anything anybody else wants to be doing during this time, or are you all just kind of like staring at
I'm
Genmare?
sitting, kind of kicking a little rocker around, playing with it.
Just passively sitting here, can I see any bit beyond the torch that Nessa has from dark vision, or?
You can see an extra 20 feet. Your dark vision is up to 60 feet. So you could sit a little further ahead and make a perception check for me to just kind of keep an eye out.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right. Un momento.
Okay.
Oof.
A sweet
Ooh.
perception check indeed. All right. So.
Yeah.
So I see nothing.
All right. All right. So, Laren, you sit up front a little bit. Over the 10 minutes, is there anything anybody else is doing over this time?
I would probably just be keeping a lookout for.
Okay. So you up front with Laren, just kind of
Yeah.
observing. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Cool. Oh, give me that nat one.
Oh no, you got this.
Oh,
15.
okay.
Okay. Let's see. With a 15, it's
Oh God, what do
it's
I see?
pretty faint. You don't see anything beyond your torchlight, which let's see. We'll say you guys are about 40 feet where you saw it start to open. I'm assuming you wouldn't want to go any further than that to start.
Rachel gets 60.
I mean, you could if you want to. She does. Yes.
Okay. Or sorry, Laren, my bad.
No, you're right. 1 second. So Laren sees an extra like 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd see to about... Laren, from your current position, you can see to about here. Is it that? Is it that? Okay, there we go. Found it.
Nice.
Yeah. Laren, looking out, you see just barely... You can see from here a couple bones on the ground further out. Nessa, with that perception check, occasionally, off in the distance, it sounds very faint from here, amidst hearing Genmare mutter these words and inscribing his runes, you do hear further off this subtle, quiet sound of like this...
Like munching?
God.
It sounds like there might be, yeah, something to that extent.
I'm sleeping.
Like heavy.
Sorry?
Oh, shoot.
Is it like heavy breathing?
Double shoot.
Double shoot.
Double shoot. Shoot squared.
Shoot squared. Yeah, that's pretty much what you hear over that time. Either...
I'm still playing with the rock.
Sure, yeah.
Dwayne?
Jeez.
Yep.
Make a. How much are you playing with the rock? What are you doing with it?
I'm kind of
Like, are you?
Yeah, kind of kicking it around, moving it around on the ground, and then throwing it against the wall and catching it.
Okay, it does kind of cross all you guys' attention that this is making more noise than you were.
What is it? What do you see?
Leave the rock alone.
Wait, what?
Why?
What did I miss?
You might gather the attention of something we don't want the attention of.
Ah, good thinking. Yes.
I set it down, and I now go on like mega prowl mode.
Mavis
looking
gets
back and
this
forth.
super like.
Mavis is on the case.
Mavis is on the cases.
Adjective Mavis.
All right, so Genmer, you reach the end of these 11 minutes as you know the ritual's been completed. The area behind you is warded up to about 100 feet from this opening. You finish it off and turn back as you see the rest of your party waiting. Laren and Nessa a little further forward. Yeah, it's off map.
Going
Larry has something to
What
say.
you got?
back into our order.
Laren?
So earlier when the hand came out and attacked Nathan,
Mm-hmm.
that came out of a pile of bones, right?
It did, yes.
Okay, so I would know this.
You would, yeah.
And looking at the bones. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Just taking
Bones
inventory.
probably mean not great.
Yes. Okay.
Once we're hearing oh on the other side, which is not great either.
Yes,
Nessa,
Cicero.
inform everybody about the noise she heard.
Well, I was going to, and then everybody.
Sure. Right about this time is when the rest of the party catches up to you two at the front. Yeah.
I hear things. I hear like munching or breathing in the distance.
Hunting.
Yeah.
I'll listen
climb my ear as well.
intently.
Sure. Go ahead and make perception checks for anybody that's wanting
Hell
to.
yeah.
Mavis, you start listening to the wall. Sounds like a wall.
I don't hear anything in the wall.
Damn.
Nice.
Calm down.
So, Genmer and
So concentrated.
I would use Laren and Nessa's
dang.
perception checks from before, so
Oh.
so you guys are good there.
I don't want my
Genmer, you start to listen as well, and Zeos would too. You guys do hear it pretty clearly out in the distance. Genmer, most of all, it definitely sounds like eating or chomping, along with the occasional like tick, 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 like sounds like something being like moved or scattered.
I don't like it.
Sounds
I
like-
don't like it.
Something's
Sounds
like
like
digging through
dinner.
bone piles.
Very, very, very much. It sounds like dinner. I don't like it.
So do we want to go?
I don't hear anything. What are you hearing?
Mavis, get away from the wall.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not very good.
Climb my
at
ear to the main
stealth.
room now. What was that, Nick? Or Gar?
I'm not very good at stealth, Nessa, but
Oh, I can do it.
I could walk ahead and just take the brunt of whatever comes at us.
Well, I could as well, but
Ooh.
it's dark enough that if we put out our torches,
You and I wouldn't be able to see anything.
but we have. How many people have dark vision?
Everybody but you
Everybody
two, I
else.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
I
have 3
didn't
elves in the
realize
party and a gnome.
By not see anything, I mean we would be completely blind.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to see anything.
Which means you
Is
can
it-
still...
is there- can we see any light source coming from anywhere inside the cave?
Go ahead.
Further in.
Go ahead and make a perception check. I guess for this.
I'm not checking for it.
Sure. Okay.
Now you can like drop a torch and it'll still be. Like,
It's true.
on the ground.
Gar, you do not see any natural sources of light in this cave. The one thing that catches your eye is further off in the cave, there seems to be a very faint, dull green glow, but you can't tell where it's coming from, and it's very, very dull, very dim.
It's a
We
dope
can't
green
see any
glow?
like
Green
torchlight glow or nothing. It's just green.
Yeah, just green.
Okay. Right. So I don't see any other sources of light inside. Just this faint green glow.
Minty, not even a... Ooh! Nice, BJ. Or Moosey.
Yeah. I don't know about you, Nessa, but I don't want to be blind here.
So do we want to just move forward?
We can try to sneak ahead.
Should we
with
try to
torchlight,
lure them
but it
here?
would be-
I can pick up a little pebble
Sure.
and I take it in my gauntlets and hold it like so. And when I pull it out, it's emitting a little bit of light, about 5 feet of bright light and then 5 feet of dim light.
I could try throwing this into the room and see if they rush towards it.
I do see a pile of bones off in the distance, and with the hand that came across Mavis earlier, we could have another situation here soon.
My only concern with that is we're pretty bottlenecked in this.
Yeah, we wouldn't really be able to move around right here.
Or in a little
Better
bit.
to
I'd
go
at
out
least
the
want to get
area.
into the entrance of the cavern. To be able to
So we
maneuver a bit.
could push forward stealthily as far as we can go until we see whatever's making that sound.
My elbows hit the sides of the tunnel.
I reach my arms out and still have space.
We can try to stealth.
So we're stealthing up.
Yeah. Wait, I mean, just to up and
All of you?
Sure.
I will be.
Okay. Anybody that's wanting to
Well-
sneak forward, go ahead and make stealth checks for me.
Okay.
Nessa, are you in heavy
Problem
armor,
is-
by the way?
Yeah.
Can
They're
you
in
roll
another-
with disadvantage?
Oh yeah. If you're in heavy armor,
Problem is
you.
that, like with the lights as well,
Shit.
it's hard to be stealthy with light on you. But you're also our protectors, right? You're our beefy guys. So
Yeah.
we need
It's
you
So it
to
doesn't
Gar,
matter if
okay.
they see
be out
us.
front.
Yeah.
Where the fuck?
I'm gonna move towards the front with
Hey!
Nessa.
So we go like, what's up?
Joel said Gar should just hurl Mavis in as far as he can while telling him to scout ahead for the party.
Maybe later.
Okay, so we're making our way downtown.
Yeah.
Walking
Wow.
fast.
I'll move ahead. to form
So
like a shield
we still have two
wall
people
with
that didn't make
Nessa.
stealth checks. So are Zeos and Genmer staying back?
No, sorry.
Or are they just not stealthing?
Right, just
I didn't know if the whole group was stealthing or not, so I was just kind of.
It's up to you guys.
Whoever's wanting to move forward.
I guess I'll stealth
Oh,
with
God.
the group.
I'm gonna try to move next to Nessa so I can form like a wall of protection for the rest of the.
Oh, like in front of Lara.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So let's see. Yeah, you guys go ahead and arrange yourselves where you're going to. Nessa, you can go ahead and stay where Gar is. Nessa and Laren, you can back up to Mavis. So everybody on the bottom move one to the
One
left.
square back.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Okay, so Nessa and Gar, you can see 40 feet out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we send the
Perfect.
two people that don't have knife.
Right.
Yeah, but
We're the best.
Yes.
Well,
Can somebody point 40 feet out for me from Gar and Nessa? I lost it already and I'm dumb.
Mavis and I can see up to there.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
True. Yeah, I'm peering through Gar's legs to there.
It'd be right
I
about
guess. There.
here then. Right about there.
Oh, I like that shape.
What's with the?
I have to do this in polygons, so. All right,
Oh.
perfect. So, looking further ahead, you do see a couple more piles of bones. These that you see here are pillars of stone that connect all the way to the ceiling. Now that you look up, for those of you that have dark vision, you can see the ceiling is about 55, 60 feet up. The torchlight does not reach the end. And these pillars connect from the ground all the way to the ceiling. Excuse me.
Okay.
But yeah, you do see a few piles of bones on the ground. Pretty sizable piles overall. And let's see.
I want to. 5 floors back. Just trying to see how many torches I have.
Sure.
I'm gonna pull an extra torch out of my pack.
Okay.
The one that I'm currently using, and I'm gonna toss it out to this bone pile.
Okay. The one thing, as you guys, so since I was able to reveal that all now, as you guys make your way forward, Gar, your armor is making a lot of noise as you're walking along. You kind of stumble for a quick second as you're walking out as well, which makes a loud clink clatter. And off in the distance, you do hear this.
Did everyone else hear that too?
I think it was my
There's
stomach
something.
rumbling.
Oh, did you avoid that fish?
Out in the distance.
And
Oh,
off,
We're in.
let's see. Oh wait, where you are here, Genmer? You have
Yeah, we can see up to 6
Okay,
feet.
Genmare, you can see this then. I'll reveal this for that. So 1 second. Be
Oh,
about
great.
here, right? Genmare, you see
Oh my.
Good God.
off in the distance, just catching the side of it beyond one of these pillars. You see this big, hulking figure. Parts of its flesh are missing, and it's like it was digging through this pile of bones. As it heard this clanging, you see it turn at the last second and start to look over in you guys' direction.
I will quickly say, monster ahead, and it sees us.
Monster.
I kind of hunker down.
I pull out my little
I'll
gun.
slowly put the torch back since I didn't get a chance to throw
Yeah,
it. Just
sure.
like,
And you start hearing this.
So 30?
I'm gonna quickly drop the torch and
Ah.
have shield and warhammer in hand,
Sure.
Yeah.
Um,
because I still can't see it.
as you see this thing, this like hulking mass turn away from the bones, like grab one hand on this pillar and look over at you guys, lets out this as it starts rushing towards you guys.
I throw my little light shining rock.
Well, I need you to roll initiative instead.
Okay.
Copy that.
Yeah, click your token before you roll.
Yep. Oh wait, I need the turn order up. Okay,
Josh.
there. You're fine.
Okay,
You're
no,
fine.
we're
Ouch!
fine.
Okay, wait.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, damn.
Why is
Gar.
Nessa on there twice?
I'm not.
You were at first. Yeah, people. I guess I just didn't clear the turn order before.
Oh, well done,
Damn,
Gar.
okay.
You guys
Alright.
are rolling.
Nice. All right, man. All right. So let me see.
Some good rolls.
Is that
TJ,
everyone?
I don't
we
think
suck.
I've ever rolled well. with
Holy
initiative.
crap!
Yeah.
You got this, TJ.
You guys got hella good rolls.
Yeah, like
Nope.
I've just never rolled good for initiative.
All right, give me a second here to set some stuff up. You guys have a little bit of time to just plan as players, but it's up to you.
Okay.
I don't have any more free turret slots, so yeah, if indeed. But I do have spell slots, so I
Didn't you only use
think I
one
have an
turret?
idea what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I only get one turret slot at level 3.
So my question is, if I'm holding the torch and then I have the shield like this, am I at a disadvantage at all? Can I fight while holding the torch?
Just drop the torch.
Yeah, you'd probably have to drop the torch for your shield to take effect. You would still be holding the torch, but I would say you don't have enough mobility to be able to use it to effectively increase your AC.
I would probably throw the torch out here a little bit so
Okay.
that we can
That
maybe
works.
see, because Gar already dropped his. Ugh, over here. Sorry.
Yeah, drop one here.
So
on
can
here.
I'm gonna do little fire shapes.
Oh, nice.
All right, give me 1 second.
Alright.
I was like, is that a spell? Fire shapes?
Fire shapes.
Okay, so for the sake of this, where are you? Well, I guess we'll do it when we get around to your turn, because
Oh my god, my roll 20 is.
Oh,
already-
Laren first. Oh yeah.
Probably from.
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay, Gar's is there apparently, and then I probably.
Mine's
Did we have
right on.
time when we saw him to like move at all before? Because like that's just gonna be a bottleneck. Of, like,
I'll say you could
Realistically,
each
was
move. I'd say you can each move about 10 feet from your current position, as you would have had enough time for that as it was rushing towards you. It would have been about
Okay.
here-ish.
Hiya.
Enlarge this thing.
we
and
should do
e-
that some so that there's not a bottleneck for the people behind.
Yeah.
Good call. Is each square 5 feet approximately?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, it's
Am
5
I
feet.
on the wall?
Maybe.
That's all good.
Yeah, a little bit. we'll say you
You
could
can
fit
move through your teammates.
there. Yeah. You just can't stay in the same cell as a teammate.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, the little yellow marks or orange ones are the
I think
torches?
Raw, it's double
Yeah.
movement to move through your teammate.
Okay, so
Oh, is it?
I believe.
Oh.
so.
is it?
I
I
think
don't know who drew the ring.
Yeah, it's okay. We shouldn't. That'll be fine. So, all right, give me a second here. I'm almost ready.
Alright.
Where'd it go? Found it. So many things I have to take care of. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right, so at the top of the initiative order, rather. Bye, Minty. Have a good night.
Bye, Minty.
Minty.
Have a
Bye,
good
Minty.
flight.
Everybody wishes you good luck.
Yeah.
All right, so at the top of the initiative order here, Laren, you were keeping an eye out for this stuff. You were ready to act as soon as you heard this, you saw this, and you have first move. Nessa or Gar, which one of you have the higher dex score?
Higher dex, I have
Yeah.
a 19. Or, I'm
19
sorry, a
dex?
14.
A 14. Okay.
She has higher dex.
Okay. So Nessa, you're on deck. Laren,
Okay. I do have a bow, yes?
you do.
Oh, you do.
Okay. Well, I think instead of just rushing right up to him, I'm probably gonna use my bow.
Okay.
Good call.
Let's see. Where are you at?
That should be in the attacks and spellcasting thing for you.
Okay.
Yep. Nice. 23 will hit. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Nice. So, as you quickly pull out your bow, fire it at this thing, the arrow sinks straight into the center of its chest and just embeds itself there. And you see this thing just keep hulking forward like it was barely affected by this. It's stuck in. You heard it. You see it. But this thing is like missing some of its arms, some of its center area. It's missing like half of its face. It's probably about 10 feet tall, like 6 feet wide. It's a big boy. And it just is seemingly, while you know it did damage, unaffected for the most part. So,
Josh.
sure.
We were attempting to move stealthily, and obviously it noticed the party, but like, do individual stealth scores count here?
I kind of like...
Completely fair if not. But...
No, interesting. So let's see. What is it? That's... I'm trying to remember which way it works. If your stealth score meets a passive perception, 3 of you matched its passive perception of 8.
It would have
that-
seen.
It would have
I guess
seen.
what's its range of view? Because
It has dark vision, 60 feet.
60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's within it anyway. So
Yep. So it would be able to see you guys, and it detected 4 of you. So for the most part, it probably noticed you before you were able to do much.
Okay.
But if I would say
You were
that
asking
those
for a
that
sneak attack?
for sneak attack.
yeah, is what I was wondering. But
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, good call. I
She's in
forgot about that.
She's in its sight, so not
Yeah.
hidden.
Yeah. If there would have been different movement, I would have ruled it differently. But yeah, for that, I wouldn't say there's sneak attack on this. Good ask. Just a good ask. Good question though.
Good ass.
That's a good ass right there.
You know it.
Hold on. Is it that one? No, it's not that one. Which one's Laren? Found it! Nathan, I did it. After the fact, but whatever. All right, Laren, are you doing anything with movement or bonus action? You have 30 feet of movement now that you can take.
Yeah,
Wait,
Sorry,
Laren,
honey.
you're right there. What's this? Oh. Okay, right. Okay, yeah, you're fine.
okay.
I just wasn't sure if I
Um,
updated that.
So there's nothing as a bonus action right now I can do to help any of my teammates, right? To like guard them or anything? Or is
No, I mean, you're a scout. You like to attack with your team. You can take dodge as a bonus action. You can take dash as a bonus action. Dodge
Okay.
means enemies have disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the beginning of your next turn. Dash doubles your movement. Those are really the only ones that are appropriate at this time.
Okay, then I think I'm just gonna go ahead and move up this way to kind of hide behind this thing just a little bit.
Sure.
That way I can maybe attack from there.
Yeah.
Not my teammates, but that's it.
Okay,
That's all
sure.
I'm doing.
As you make your way up there, you can now see pretty clearly.
Oh
There's
god.
another one, isn't there?
There's a second one over there.
Oh no, I didn't even shoot.
And you also see over here,
Are they eating these bones?
they were.
Oh,
Or at least that's your best assumption. You look over as you
Yummy.
dart to the corner of this pillar. You look over and you see another one slowly turn as it heard its fellow, whatever this thing is, roar. And it looks over and it does see you over there.
Okay.
1 second though.
Right.
It is Shrek.
What are you doing?
The other thing. Well, no, go ahead. That'll be it. So that'll be the end of your turn.
Yep.
All right.
I guess.
All right, that brings us to Nessa.
Nessa.
I'm gonna like. Fuck, I forgot where it was. Here? That sounds good.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw it. How far do javelins go?
I believe. Is it 2060?
I think it's.
I think javelin's a little more since it's meant to be.
I thought it was 30.
Do I have javelin?
Go to your javelin. Click on the little
Yep.
30, 120.
Okay, so that means you can throw it at up to 30 feet without disadvantage, and up to a max of 120 feet, but above 30 it's at disadvantage. And you're at perfect range there.
Boom.
I'm gonna chuck a javelin at
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll an
Heck yeah.
attack.
Alright. Crit.
Oh,
Why
no, not a crit.
Oh,
Been
no.
asking for it all night.
No!
in my first roll?
So as
Make sure
you
mark off a javelin.
And run, dog.
as you rush
Poor Nessa.
as you rush up with this javelin in hand, you throw it, and you throw it right through. You swear you hit him. It went right through a missing portion of his arm and clanked against the wall on the other side, just passing completely through him. As he now just like keeps hulking forward with this. Do you have any bonus action or anything you'd like to do, or is that?
I can't really do anything.
Okay.
Well, hold on, hang on.
Hang on, guys. Hang it on. Let's see.
Okay, question. If I cast a spell, that's an action, right?
Yeah.
Then I
Unless
can't.
it says bonus action.
It is not.
Correct.
Correct.
That's why I
Okay.
was checking. Oh no, wait! It is a bonus action.
Nice.
Sweet. I'm gonna do this dang old thing.
Let's see. Compelled duel. You attempt to compel a creature into a duel. The creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. For the duration, it is disadvantage on tackles
Duel me,
against
bitch.
other than you. Each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30. If it succeeds on the saving throw, the spell doesn't.
Hopefully it's
Huh.
done.
It ends if you attack any other creature. If you cast a spell that targets a hostile creature other than the target. If a creature friendly to you damages the target. Oh, if a creature friendly to you damages the target. You're essentially like saying 1v1 me.
Yeah.
It will end the spell, but up until then. Okay, so a wisdom saving throw. So you do want to cast that?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Because then if somebody else attacks it, then the spell ends. But for right now, mostly what I want to do is I want to get its attention on me.
Sure. Go ahead and mark off one spell slot. Then let's do this. With that. With a 1, it will not save on that. Wow. So,
Say your taunt.
yeah, what do you do to taunt it?
You literally
Roll
won.
me, bitch!
Nice. So as you charge out here, you throw the javelin through. It pierces through a missing portion of his arm. You're like, "What? Come on, duel me, bitch!" And it looks at you straight in the eyes. You can see it make eye contact with you as it slams his club against the ground a couple times before clearly charging towards you. And that will be your turn.
Sweet.
All right,
Oh, no.
Gar.
What's your ruling on like bonus action spell and then action cantrip?
I think that's fine. I think a cantrip doesn't really count as a spell slot or taking that up. So
It's an action, but I think there's like an official rule that I know. Like I think Roll 20 homebrews it.
I think that it's just that you can't cast 2 spells in a turn. I don't think action or bonus action matters.
Oh, really?
Well, I feel
yeah.
like
I
it's
know that.
like spell or like you can't do spell and cantrip brawl.
Is that what it is? For the sake of this, I'll say that's
or
dumb.
2 spells, but
I'll say a spell and
Oh,
cantrip
that's-
you can do. A cantrip is essentially like using an item that you have infinite of.
So hearing
I respect
Nessa taunt this thing, I'm gonna run up.
Okay. Humble
here.
welcome in.
When
Yes,
I
we
get to
are
here-
doing D&D.
Do I notice
Fan.com,
this guy?
thank
now that
you so
there's
much for the 100
torchlight
bits.
Here and he goes 40 feet.
Let's see. Yes, yeah, you would notice him. So you now have vision on both of these. As for the most part, the majority of this cavern is lit up. You can see some of the walls. Yeah, you guys would notice. The other thing that you notice is over here. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys would see all of this by now. What the heck am I doing?
That's what I'm
He's
talking
got
about.
all the stuff and things.
Right
We know
about
no more.
here. Okay, so kind of like that. All right, so seeing this entire cavern, there are 2 spots off to the sides that are raised up about 10 feet up in the air that seem to be smaller, about 5-foot wide caves or tunnels that continue off. You can't see much from this height, but you do see that faint green glow coming from there.
From here?
Yes, from there and the other one.
both of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of them, yes.
So running up here, I'm gonna hearing Nessa's taunt that I've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna turn to her and say, "Stay safe," and I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on her.
Okay, Shield of Faith.
Turns out she says "duel me, bitch" a lot.
So you get a +2 to your armor class, Nessa.
Oh, dang.
Nice.
Wait, I get a what?
Okay,
+2 to your AC. And then I'm gonna turn my sights on Big Ugly over here.
Big Ugly, of
Yeah.
course. Go ahead and mark off one spell slot.
Yep.
All right, and then
And
go
I'm
ahead.
going to Sacred Flame that biatch. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
DC 13 Dexterity save.
DC 13 Dexterity. All right. This should be fun. Will a 0 work?
Can I just do an 8?
I rolled a 2, and he has a -2.
So you
It's amazing.
damage as I look
Span.com
around the corner
and
I mutter
Pumble.
some holy
Give me 1
words.
second here.
And,
All right, sure. So as you turn around to Nessa, stay safe. You reach out your giant warhammer, which has the symbol, the swirling circular symbol from Allura.
kind of pound her in the shoulder, just like a boom.
As you see her start to glow with this bluish white light, Nessa, you feel this like protective energy surround you as you're getting ready to go on a duel with this thing. Asgar, you turn to the other one, cast Sacred Flame, which what does that do? Like what does it actually?
Like a bolt of light comes from
Okay.
heavens.
Perfect. So as you do that, you then point your warhammer towards the other one, and the symbol glows again with initial blue changing to this orange flame as it shoots out towards the other one, striking him square in like the neck area, burning away some of the already missing flesh. How much damage? 6. 6. All right. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. As it like turns towards you. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You again. It doesn't seem like it. Sorry.
Did he attack the one up top? Sorry.
Oh. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's actually
Yeah.
this one.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
No, you're good. Okay, I just had to double check on if it had any vulnerabilities or whatnot. Also, Pumble and Svan.com, welcome to the stream. Yes, we do D&D on Sundays. If anybody wants to explain in chat, I still need to write up an informational packet. That is my fault. I will hopefully have time to do that between next one. This one I had the most preparation for, or the most I needed to do. So I'll have that next time to give the setting. But in short, this is a custom campaign that I've written. We have 6 players here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Mods are in chat. And welcome to the stream. Hopefully you have a good time. So, Gar, with that finishing your turn, we move on to... will that finish your turn? Do you have any more movement or anything?
No, that's all my. That's everything.
Okay, perfect. So then in that case, this one, you see... What's the... Okay. Yeah, it has enough. Okay, so it rushes over to you.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
As you can feel and see like small loose pebbles on the ground just as it runs across the floor, this hulking beast of a thing as it rushes towards you and attempts to smack you with its hammer, essentially. It's not a hammer, but you see this giant club that it's wielding as it reaches down and takes a swipe at you.
Come on, baby.
Will a natural 20 hit?
No. He's immune to those.
Yeah, you right.
I should have. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
A nat 20.
You don't understand though. It's
Did he roll double nat ones for damage?
so he rolls. Well, I won't tell you. He has to roll 4. 3 of them were 1s. You take a total of 9 bludgeoning damage as you feel this.
We're having 3
Critical
ones.
strike.
Yeah, it's a lot for that. As it smashes into the side of your chest, you exhale a little bit as it landed a solid blow against you.
That hurted.
That hurted. Good evening, everyone, in this lovely new D&D campaign. Northern Gate, welcome back. Thank you for returning. And hello, everybody else as
Good
well.
evening.
Good evening. So,
All right.
yeah,
Now that this thing's in my face, you said it's missing bits of flesh.
yeah. As you look at it, it's missing one eye as well. Part of its jaw is like dislocated. It's just kind of
Does
like-
it look undead?
yeah. It shouldn't
Nope.
be living if it's alive. Like this doesn't look right. Go ahead and make a... Are you proficient in history?
No.
I am.
Let's see.
Proficient in medicine.
Does he look like
Actually,
he needs medical attention.
Kinda.
Gar and anybody that's proficient in history, go ahead and make history checks.
Oh, I got you. Wait, no, I don't believe in undead. I ain't making this.
16.
No, go ahead and make one.
Okay. I'm making it. 16 to be.
Okay.
Hey, nice. one.
Genmare. Okay. So the 316s, dang, nice. All right, so all of you except Genmare. Genmare, you're a little distracted getting ready to set up for this awesome unleashing attack you're about to do. You recognize that even though parts of this are missing, Gar, your thoughts venture back to before you arrived in Sunset Valley, and you've seen something like this before in the past, and Zeos, you have read about it, Mavis, you've read about it, even though this doesn't look like it. These look like ogres, but something is really off.
They're just dusty.
To Mavis, they're just dusty. To the rest of you, they look like undead ogres.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, that will end its turn as it just kind of... Nope. As it just kind of... You can see this, like, terrible breath being exhaled as it lumbers down towards you a little bit. But that will end its turn. Mavis.
Do I see any rock around my area here that's about 3 pounds or so?
3 pounds?
So larger than a
Yeah.
pebble, like it could do some damage if it was hurled at something.
Sure, you see that. There's a couple things, like there's definitely loose rocks along the ground. You do also see around you guys something that I forgot to mention, even though it's not on the map. You do see old mining equipment. You see like a couple broken mining picks along the sides, like some old wood of some scaffolding maybe that was set up. You can tell this is where they were mining, but definitely abandoned.
Question then. With the thing that you and I made before this, 5-foot radius, does that, how would you rule that? Since this thing is technically taking up freaking, what is that, like?
It's taking up a 10-foot.
10 by 10.
Yeah, 10 by 10.
So if it's hit with something that goes in a 5 foot.
It would still affect everything 5 feet around it.
Okay, so then I won't do that. I'll just pick up the rock then.
Sure.
And I will pull out. You guys have probably seen this. No, you've definitely seen this on my back. It's this cylindrical tube about 3 feet long, about as long as me. But it's got this hole in the back for my glove to go into. So I pick that up, take it out, I pick up the rock and I put it in there. And I point him at the thing.
And
then I launch it off.
you see as Mavis takes out this giant like cylindrical. Wait.
Bro, you.
Wow. Oh my god!
That's incredible! Oh my god! How did you do that?
That one's.
Mavis is malfunctioning mega cannon.
Yeah.
As you pull it out, you start cackling this madman laugh. You put the pebble in. It launches out, creates this resounding off the cave walls. As it.
Poor Mavis. Oh no.
Sorry.
That's a good question. Which one did you?
Yeah, which one did you
I'm trying to
shoot?
shoot this one.
He was attacking this one, and you said it's a dex save.
Okay.
So I need to make a dexterity saving throw?
No.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Will a 4 save? No, it won't.
No,
So
it won't. 3 damage, baby.
you see it glance over at the last second as it like rips open through part of its cheek, blasting through to the other side of the cavern, breaking along the wall. It's the cheek is just missing. It didn't even flinch with it. It just kind of.
Either way, I'm happy.
You're very proud of that, though.
And I cross up a spell slot. God
Yes,
dang
you
it.
do.
That's my turn.
Okay. All right. That brings us to the next one in line.
Freaking 3 now.
So, Gar, even though you step in front of Nessa, this glowing beacon now in the center of it doesn't actually emit light, though, right? Shield of Faith. No, you can see a subtle glow on her.
He just feels hardier, sturdier.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Nessa, you see this one like start rushing towards Gar. You're like, wait, what the heck? As it just sidesteps him completely, walks around him, and attempts to swing at you. Let's see, with a a nat 1 to hit.
Oh thank God. I was gonna say.
Yep, not at all. As it just like scrapes its club across the floor. You barely even have to sidestep as some dust is flown up beside you. Pebbles are thrown off into the corner. It had like rushed through this pile of bones on its way over, which are now scattered across the room. But yeah, it just again is glaring. Oh wow, that's flanking. That's good that it's focusing on you. As it just again, this one also like lumbers down towards you and like exhaling this horrible breath.
Brush your teeth.
But that will be the end of its turn, bringing us to Genmare.
Genmare.
All right. So I am going to start my blade song.
Beautiful. Blade song
Take
on.
My stance.
Does it sound like an actual song?
Play that funky
Yeah, I'll
music.
kind of like
Boys,
do a
boys,
tiny song
boys.
to it, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
as I'm running forward.
Sure.
Oh,
You see Genmare raise his blade. Boys, boys, boys. And just like...
Mavis just hears that like as I pass by.
Where are the boys?
You rush through with this swift speed, very graceful, very very fast. You kind of clatter through the pile of bones here, scattering it across the floor. But yeah.
And I will.
It's not even.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
not even.
All right, so
So I will booming blade it.
nice. All right.
So that's a normal pure attack.
Yes, it is. You do not have advantage on it, unfortunately, because that would have been sweet.
Run far enough.
1 second here. Booming blade. Okay, the 12 does hit.
Okay, cool.
So go ahead and roll damage on that.
Wow.
Dang.
Just a 7.
Is the +5 from booming blade?
That's
Good
no.
God.
The +5 would be if it got the crit, so it's just 7.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Okay. So all right.
It's like the booming blade damage.
And then-
if it moves.
If it moves at all,
Yeah.
it immediately
Willingly.
takes thunder damage. Okay, if it willingly moves. Makes sense. Okay, so as you rush up to it, you kind of stab your rapier right in the side of it, slicing upwards and out, spraying some of this, whatever it has left inside of it, just, like ripping it apart a little bit more. It doesn't even seem to mind you. It gives you a sideward glance, and then you know the booming blade took effect as it refocuses its attention on Gar. And will that anything else you want to do?
That is all I can do.
Okay,
I have a question.
sure.
Which one did I cast my spell on?
This is the one on,
This
The
one?
one below you.
Yes.
And nobody else is attacking.
Oh,
me,
you're
or-
right. I'm sorry. Let me.
We all knew that you did it, and
Okay,
we're not
I've
that.
got.
What happened?
We're
No,
accustomed to your way of battle.
This
so
one
we
was
don't
over
have to hit
here,
it.
and you cast it.
Yeah.
This one ran down.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're
It's
good.
coming back to me.
You're still dueling the bitch.
So we'll give him that symbol for now, showing that he's angry. All right.
Copy that.
So Genmare, will that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay, brings us finally to Zeus.
I'm gonna go stand over here,
Yeah, you is.
Nice.
and then I'll shoot
And
a
Laren, you're on
that
deck.
All right.
Which one are you casting that at? A 19 will hit.
The
That
one attacking me.
Okay, give me 1 second. I have to give some sort of like icon to this thing to show that it has booming blade. We'll give it this thing.
Boom, boom, blade.
Okay. Yes, a 19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. So on the one that Genmare and Gar are attacking, right?
Hey.
Nice.
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 All right.
That's
So
what's up.
as you hug the wall, kind of preparing your dagger in hand, the hilt of it, the crystal glows red, launching a firebolt over into your hand. You thrust it out and launch it towards this ogre zombie. It hits it square in the chest, removing a good section about an inch deep. As it just kind of slumps to the floor, this section that you've removed, it
Ooh.
clutches for a second. I have to double check one thing.
Oh, he's going down faster than I thought. Must be that 3 damage I did.
Oh yeah.
It clutches
man.
for a second, but doesn't seem too phased by it.
Oh.
No, yeah, it's not dead. Doesn't seem
It's like
too
the
phased by it.
skin is sucked off.
undead.
It kind of like scrapes some of it away even a little bit more, as it gives you a sideward glance, but for the most part still seems focused on the situation immediately around it.
Giving him the
Anything
side
else you want? Give him the side eyes, like.
Nah. That's all.
Anything
All
else you
right.
want to do? No, that's it? Okay. Perfect. That brings us to, give me 1 second. It is no more dead than before you started the fight.
Shut your mouth, Joel. It's 3 damage. And two.
That's fair. Alright, give me 1 second.
All right.
I have to... No. Okay. Then let's do this. Still kind of want to do this, so we'll see. I have to double check one thing.
Do, 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, yeah.
Jamming.
Okay. So... Let's do this. Okay. Perfect. So at this point, before your turn, Laren, you look over to the 2 raised sections that are about 10 feet high, and you see this greenish glow start to glow a little bit brighter. This mist start to like exit from it and start to fill the immediate area around. As you hear, let's see, 1, 2, 3. You hear this.
Monka ass.
As this, let's see.
Oh god, ew.
Oh God.
From
Put some clothes on.
Nice.
1, 2, 3. Both sides. These
Oh,
two,
no.
like humanoid looking, but
Ew.
definitely undead looking, walk off from above. They fall off the side. Let's see how much damage they take.
They both die.
That would be
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh.
Hey Nick, remind me how much it is every 10 feet for falling damage?
1d6.
D6? Okay. Okay, they each take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. As you see them kind of just like land on the floor, one of the arms is like twisted behind it. It readjusts as it stands up, and glares over at you guys. The one on you guys is right. It, like the lower jaw is just completely gone. It's just has like this upper half of its face. The other one is like missing part of its leg. They're all kinds of messed up. But yeah, that will bring us to Laren.
Okay. So I'm not the only one seeing all this, right?
Oh no, everybody saw
Close
that.
our eyes at this point.
That's a high ceiling,
See them, they can't see us.
right?
Exactly. No, I was just curious because you were talking about the mist and all that. Okay, so this guy is the most hurt, so I'm gonna go after him.
Okay.
Right. And
So
you get sneak attack bonus because Genmir and Gar are right
Need
there.
to
You have 2 people. Yeah, currently it has cover because you're behind this pillar.
Correct.
You'll have to move to get
Oh.
vision on it.
okay, I move here.
Yep, that's
there
fine.
you go.
10 feet of
All right.
movement.
And then I'm gonna pull out my rapier
Okay.
and rush up on the thing.
Nice.
Oh, wait, can I move that far? Move the little
Yeah.
bit and then move.
Yep. Yeah, you have 30 feet of movement. You've only used 10,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
can use another
You're
10 to
good.
get there. You still have 10 left.
Okay. All right. All right. Hello, sir.
All right.
One, two.
Go ahead and make an attack with your rapier. You're not exactly flanking it here, so you wouldn't have advantage, but an 18 will hit for sure.
And
Nice.
then the sneak attack.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your damage as well for the rapier. So click on. Nice.
Sneak attack is 2d6.
Yeah, for a level 3 rogue it is.
Level 3 rogue.
All right. So 18 damage. Nice.
Well done.
Damn.
I did freaking.
So as now 2 people with rapiers go up to the side of this thing, Genmare, as you swipe out away from it, you see Laren come up beside you, stab through it, and swipe out towards its back, removing a good chunk of it. It kind of grumbles with and leans forward with part of it missing. Laren, it definitely looks angry at you for doing that. You're not entirely sure what's going to happen here. Anything
can I
else?
use dodge?
You
as
can,
my-
as a bonus action. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Well done.
Sure. So then, as you see it, like, not entirely sure what's going to happen, you get ready. You're watching it for any micro movements, prepared to try and dodge out of the way if necessary. And that will end your turn.
All right.
So that brings us to Gar. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Nessa has higher dex.
Nessa.
Nessa.
Oh,
Yeah, you.
I'm gonna pull out my sword now.
Yeah, you is.
Oh, just
Sing.
in the one
Do what the
hand.
be.
Okay, sure. Keeping your shield in the other hand. Longsword, a 12 will hit.
Nice.
Sweet.
So with 7 damage. All right, perfect.
Nice.
As you remove your sword from its sheath, it rings through the cavern for a second. As you slice straight across this thing's like abdominal area, you remove a good portion of flesh there. It kind of like lunges forward for a quick second before regaining its composure. 7 damage, perfect. But it still looks pretty fine overall. Like
Pretty
That's okay.
fine.
pretty fine. This thing looking fine.
Damn, girl, what you been doing?
As you
You've been eating bones,
as-
have you?
as you slice across it, you see like it's like inches from Gar, not even paying him any mind. Its eyes are completely locked onto you.
Okay.
Um,
That's all I'm gonna do as of now.
Okay. I'm sorry, Gar. You have to make a concentration check, Constitution saving throw, to maintain concentration on Shield of Faith when it hits you.
Bless. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Or Shield of Faith.
Yeah. It's a
correct me if I'm
DC
wrong,
10 because you didn't take.
Genmer and Gar.
Yeah, nat 20 will save.
Okay.
So as you were hit by it, you still maintain perfect concentration, trying to make sure Nessa stays safe.
Yeah.
Nice.
I will protect you, young mistress.
Mistress.
Young lady.
There you go.
We're learning more about.
Yeah, about Gar.
more about Nessa.
Like
She's the mistress.
Oh man. So Biddy, you normally have a 19 AC, right?
Yeah, I have a 21.
You have a 21 right now. That's insane.
Nice.
Nice. All right, that will bring us to Gar.
I got you, boo. Alright, being more shambling undead walking in, I'm gonna take a step forward.
Okay.
Oh.
He
Yeah,
will
dude.
get an attack of opportunity on me, but it's a disadvantage.
It is. No, you are right. It's not incapable of making attacks against other
Okay.
people, but it is a disadvantage with that.
Cool.
A 12.
No.
Nope, doesn't hit. So as you begin to walk away from this thing, you see it just kind of like, it doesn't even break eye contact with Nessa, but it swings to the side, just completely missing you. You don't even have to block it.
So yeah, after I step forward, I'm gonna kind of stow my shield for a second. I'm
Sure.
gonna take my primer in both hands. I'm gonna slam it into the ground,
Okay.
shouting, "Melora, protect us!"
Nice.
And I'm going to turn undead.
Turn undead. Okay.
Oh.
So,
Every undead
wow.
within 30 feet of me needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, baby.
yeah,
Oh my
that's all of
gosh.
them. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So let's do this. It's a DC of.
Of 13.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Surprisingly enough, only one fails. With a nat, they have a -2 to wisdom, but they just rolled really well. But the one rolled a nat 1, meaning it's actually a -1. So this thing is absolutely over here. This one is horrified.
The one that I didn't really care about.
Yep, the one that you didn't really care about.
I'm gonna,
Go ahead.
for a bonus action, drink a healing potion.
Sure. As you see this thing, just kind of like, no, actually, it would.
It wouldn't move yet, but
Right, it turns around, but so all right. As you slam your warhammer into this ground, this sudden pulse of bluish white energy pulses out into the room. You see it wash through these undead. As for a second, the ogres stumble. The one off to the side kind of stumbles, and the other one, it just seems like if you could see this thing having any eyes and not missing a bottom jaw, it looks like it would be screaming. However, it is currently incapable. So it just turns around and you see it like start looking up towards the cave it just came from. But yeah.
that is all I will do.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. So let's see. That will bring us to this guy. So as you slam your mace into the ground, this thing, like a wave of energy washes over it. It seems to ignore it as it turns around and tries to bring its like giant club down on you from above with a 19 to hit.
Ooh.
That'll hit.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
I put my shield up to add flavor to my.
Yeah, you're right. So as you just finish that, you look up and you see this club just straight down on you. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, good thing I just healed.
That HP potion.
Yeah, good choice on that HP. As it slams across the center of your chest, it hits the ground beneath you. You can feel inside like the breath is knocked out of you. You think you might be bleeding under the armor. You're not entirely sure. But that was a solid hit as it just kind of continues growling at you from here. And that will be the end of its turn, bringing us to Mavis. Genmir, you're on deck.
All right, so I'm gonna move up here. If I went there, it could hit me, yeah?
It could, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up here then,
Okay.
and then right here, I will expend a spell slot to summon a turret.
Nice, all right. You take this little micro turret out of your backpack, place it on the ground.
It is a force ballista.
Ooh, nice.
And I will
Let's
cause
give
him.
it...
Let me just double check what this thing says. Real
Okay.
quick, sorry.
It'll be right there.
That.
Perfect.
Okay, I like
So,
that.
a force ballista, you say?
Yes, and then I will shoot at this guy right there.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, he won't have any cover from anything, so...
That right quick. Thank God.
Yeah, an 18 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that. Okay.
Nice.
Now.
But a nat 8 as well.
Yeah. On a successful hit, let me just double check this again, make sure he doesn't roll any.
Sure.
Dies on
Target
it.
creature, it is pushed up to 5 feet away from the turret on a successful hit.
Does it matter
It
the
doesn't
size of the
say it has
creature?
to roll or the size.
Really?
Got some strong force.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Hello,
will,
Angel. Welcome. So one more thing, Gar. I need you to make another Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration.
Right,
Um,
yeah.
Oof.
Nope, I dropped.
Yep. So as it slams across your chest from this, it caught you completely off guard. Your eyes kind of go a little blurry. You regain focus, but you know that you dropped concentration just for enough time for this protective energy around Nessa to drop as well. Nessa, your AC is back down to 19.
shoot.
No problem.
Sorry.
With my remaining I will move to here, and then that's my turn.
Okay, sure. And you said that this one... oh, wait, you said this one was
Yep,
pushed
yep.
away? So
He's pushed 5 feet back.
5
yep.
feet. That's not force movement, so it won't activate Booming Blade.
Correct.
But... Or it is force movement, rather. It's not intentional movement. So,
Yeah.
as you place down this turret, like enlarges to this bow-shaped kind of turret on the front of it. As this micro little bit of energy starts glowing, it launches out, launching square into the chest or side of this thing as it was facing down at Genmare. It slides across the ground a little bit as it's pushed 5 feet away from you. It regains its footing. But, and how much damage was that? That was 9?
It's 2d8, does 9.
It was 9, okay.
Yep.
9 force damage.
Force
Correct.
damage.
Force.
All right.
You roll a lot of
Dang
ones.
it. I know, right?
It sucks.
Okay. Will that be the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn. Yep.
Okay. Brings us to Genmare and Zeos, you're kind of on deck.
Addendum to the question earlier about like spell and cantrip or whatever
Sure.
how that works. If I needed to use shield as a reaction would that prevent me from using an actual like action? or
No.
reaction spell?
Reaction happens like.
That's like not in the turn. Like,
Correct. Yeah, no, that wouldn't prevent you from doing that.
Don't think I'm gonna.
Is Toll the Undead a cantrip? If not, Gar would have dropped the concentration spell when casting it. He doesn't. You don't have Toll the Undead. Do you mean
I don't have
turn
Toll the
undead,
Dead.
Northern?
I don't have Toll the Dead.
No, this was turn undead. Git that was. Thank you for asking, though. But turn undead, so it was his channel divinity.
So I run past Laren and get in a flanking spot.
Nice.
Gar.
Yeah.
All right.
And I will use my bonus action to cast Shadow Blade.
Interesting. Okay.
This all sounds so cool.
Oh, whoops, that did
I
the
know,
attack.
right?
So what that does is I
Shadow
cast
Blade.
a spell. Oh, you got it.
I don't actually have that.
Oh, it's not in Raw. It's one of the
Is it in the Sword Coast?
other scores. I think it's Sword Coast.
Because I
Might
have.
even be Xanathar's.
It might be Xanathar's. I see Booming Blade, I see Green Flame Blade, Lightning Lure, and Sword Burst.
Let me change it to spell output.
Yeah, it's Xanathar's.
Xanathar's? Okay. You each
Okay.
get perfect.
Yeah.
Create a sword of solidified gloom in your hand. It counts as a simple melee weapon with which you are proficient psychic damage and has the finesse. Nice.
2d8?
Yeah,
It is
boy.
currently not in dim light as it is right next
It
to a
is
torch
not.
on the ground,
But I
unfortunately.
have advantage
My
from
bad.
flanking, so.
Okay, so you're not using your rapier, you're using this.
Correct. So,
Okay.
I actually did the roll accidentally, but that's what I wanted.
Sure. All right, so
Dude,
19 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Come on, big move.
All right.
Yeah.
14.
Hey.
So much to
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know you were a Pokemon.
So as you conjure this shadow blade in your hand, it looks a little bit ethereal. It actually kind of blends in with the cave at certain points. It's not really refracting light very well. You stab into the back of this thing. Oh, wait. Yeah, you would have had advantage because of flanking, so that's fine. And you see it kind of like recoil as it grabs its head, dealing 14 points of psychic damage. It lets out this into the cave, kind of echoing off of the walls. As you pull the blade out, it drops to the ground a little bit. It's looking pretty rough at this point. You can see it kind of like breathing heavy, even though it doesn't really need to breathe. But yeah, you did a pretty good amount of damage there.
All right.
That will bring us to the end of your turn. Or
Take a step back this way, and then
sure.
I will end my turn.
Would
Okay.
you have stepped on those bones there?
Yeah, you kind of clattered them across the floor as you
Okay.
stepped into there.
That's what I was making sure there was no hand in
I
it.
was worried about that. But
Yeah.
Right.
risked it anyway.
All right. So that will bring us to this one's turn. Nessa, as it sees this subtle glow aura drop from you, it attempts to swipe like horizontally across to you with
God, sorry.
a 11 to hit.
Nope.
You kind of like backstep, just dodging out of the way as it just whooshes right across the front of you. It kind of like brings it back and starts like walking towards you just a little bit more. But yeah, it was not able to do anything that turn, which will bring us to these guys. As you see, well, the one is going to attempt to climb this wall.
You ran it away.
Should they be in the turn order? Because they're not right now.
Yeah.
I did it on a
Our-
GM info roll, so they're hidden from you guys.
Gotcha.
They have an initiative of 8 right now.
Okay.
So, yeah. This one, with a 20, will start climbing that.
Oh, what a,
As you see it,
Bye.
what a little dookie.
as you see it go up there, let's see. Oh, actually, climbing 1, 2, 3. It'd only be able to get to about here. You can see it's like the last little bits of its head as it's like walking
See
off.
its booty.
Does it make a saving throw at the end of its turn, Nick?
Nope, it is turned for 1 minute.
1 minute. All right, perfect. So,
He's just
yep, that's all he's gonna do. He starts lumbering back into this tunnel, just climbing
That's all it
up.
takes damage.
The other one, 1, 2, 4. The other one, you can see it can only get to about here, as it's like missing half of its leg. It is limping towards you. Only gets there by its turn. And that'll be it, bringing us to Zeos with Laren on deck.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna do the same thing over again.
Nice.
Which one are you,
That's not that
you
one.
talking? This one?
There it
I'm
is.
doing the exact same thing over again.
All right. Firebolt, a 13 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage
oh,
on that.
wow. They're AC stuck.
Generate them.
They're basically just a hulking mass of hit points. 6 damage. All right, perfect.
And it's better.
As you again now like just flip the blade over to your other hand, launch out a little firebolt, launch it at this thing. It hits it in the back of the like the thigh area. It kind of like limps down for a second. As you can see, this thing being assaulted from all sides. It is definitely taking a beating and close to death here. But that will bring us to the end of your turn. Or do you have a bonus action or movement you want to use at all?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Brings us to Nessa. I'm sorry, Laren.
You're
Laren,
just
yeah.
like, no,
Just like, no.
Not me.
no.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go after this dude again because I think he's close. to
Sure.
help.
I guess I could have been
Okay.
doing this the whole time.
Would I get a sneak attack again? Since he,
Yeah, as long as
If
you have
it hits,
allies near
yeah.
him. If it hits,
Okay.
you would. 10 will hit, yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Whoops, sorry.
No, you're good. Roll the rapier as well. 13. All right.
Beautiful.
As you see Zeos launch this firebolt at it, caving in the one leg, you go for the other leg, slash your rapier straight through it, and actually cut off like half of it to where it's kind of like hanging very awkwardly at the side right now. It limps to the one side, favoring that leg, and it's like... It is definitely hanging on by a thread here.
Alive. Okay.
Anything else you want to do with your turn?
Probably dodge again, just in case.
Sure. All right. So you again watch it for any possibility of striking back, and that will bring us to Nessa.
Alright.
I'm gonna just roar.
Rawr. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a longsword attack. Ooh. Oh no.
Oh no.
We're cursed with
Stop
now.
asking for one.
Oh no.
Want the super gnome to get the kills. Mavis is a little bit mad, that's for sure. Nessa, as you swing your blade, you hit it, but square in like a missing portion of flesh where it hits like a part of bone and just king right into it. Doesn't seem to really injure it at all. Doesn't do any damage. You quickly pull your blade back as it reaches down for it. But yeah, that's all you were really able to do. Do you have a bonus action or anything?
Yeah.
Okay. That will bring us to Gar.
I am going to step forward and use Word of Radiance. So I'm just going to start chanting a little bit under my breath, and it just builds on its own.
Okay.
These holy words.
Nice.
So everything within 5 feet of me needs to make a Constitution save.
Constitution. All right. That one and this one. Okay. The zombie saves. The big boy do not. So, what does this do exactly?
Does damage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sure.
And
So,
of it.
And what?
and 4 of it. So, as
Yeah,
you...
it just deals. You utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So as you again put down your warhammer to the ground, the symbol at the top of it glows, and as you finish chanting this short word, it pulses out in a quick 5-foot radius. It hits the ogre. Do they take half damage on a successful save or no damage?
No damage.
No damage.
It's a cantrip.
Okay, perfect. As it hits this ogre right in the face, you see it kind of wash through him as he falls down on the ground.
Yay!
Dead.
Don't follow me, I might die.
Yeah, he did.
Bonus action healing word
Okay.
Good call. What is the word that you speak?
on myself.
Heal.
Touch my body. Laura.
All right.
At first level. So
All right. 7. Nice. So immediately afterwards, the symbol goes dim and then does a quick pulse as this energy washes over you. You feel yourself heal up a little bit. You don't feel like maybe you're bleeding inside your armor anymore, which is good.
Is it a free action to grab my shield back out?
Yeah.
Okay. Shield.
All right, perfect. Then with that, you turn your attention to the zombie who is just like half of its face is jarred in a weird way. It's staring at you. It looks like it's going to try to attack, though. So that will bring us to... Well, it would have brought us to that one, but he did. Bring us to Mavis with Genmare on deck.
All right,
I will
Mavis.
shout, well done, Gar! And then I point at the little white dude, whoever this thing is.
The zombie? Sure.
Yeah, that guy. I say, get the small one! And my turret locks onto him, and it takes a shot.
Launches another one.
Sorry, I gotta find it here. There it is.
18 will hit, yes. 10 piercing damage. Beautiful.
10 force damage.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, force piercing. I'm picturing it as a ballista still.
5 feet.
Yeah, he is. That doesn't provoke opportunity, right? Since he's not
Correct.
moving. Yeah, so
Correct.
Gar, as you finish, you take out your shield, prepare your warhammer, and suddenly from the side of you, just whizzing past your left arm, this force of energy just smashes right into this zombie, pushing him back.
Oh, is he?
No, he's not prone.
Okay, and is he dead?
Nope.
Then I, with my action.
Oh, that's right. It's a
I
bonus
use
action.
my little pistol gun.
Sure.
Take a shot.
With a 19 will hit. Roll damage. All right, 5.
Nice.
So immediately following up this force just shoving him 5 feet back, he regains his composure a little bit as suddenly you fire this firebolt, takes out half of his face. As it's just like part of it hanging here.
Oh, man.
And he looks like he's like limping to one side and like holding his side as well, or his front, I guess, where the initial bolt of energy hit. He looking rough.
Okay, that is my turn.
All right.
What spell slot was your cannon from earlier?
That was a
First
spell
level.
slot. I only have first level spells.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Yep. Haven't played
Wait,
D&D
you
since
believe in magic?
2010 and I completely forgot how it worked.
No.
Oh,
He
yeah.
only has first level
His
devices.
tech slots.
Exactly. Tech slots. Yep.
Tech
Tech
slots.
slots.
Roger Gary XI, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry I'm not paying as much attention to chat as I'm trying to keep the story going along here, but really appreciate having you here. If we can we promote the gnome? I'm on it. But yeah, if you have any questions along the way, Roger,
what was
feel free to let
that?
me know. Angel wants to know if we can promote the gnome. All right, so yeah, that will bring us to the end of Mavis's turn. Do you want to move at all?
Nope. No, I'm good there.
Okay, brings us to Genmare. Zeos, you're on deck.
Fortunately, he is. Still
Roger, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the garage.
Yeah. We a bunch of tools.
Okay, there we go. We have a bunch of tools. The gnome is the ace in the hole. He's like,
asshole.
I'll take it.
I'm an ace hole.
is that because he is the only one small enough to fit into the hole? Joel, how'd you know? He's a Nelf. He's not a Nelf. He's a gnome. Oh man. All right. So Genmare, what do you want to do?
So
You are
I see
flanking
that
from
the
there.
Big guy in front of me.
Oh yeah, he did.
So I will run over here.
Okay. Sure. You
And-
move with this graceful speed straight behind him.
Like a jaguar.
Kind of like a roll almost.
Sure.
I like
Yeah,
it.
you can roll at the end. Make an acrobatics check.
Combat roll.
Whoa. And you just crack your
I'm
neck
not
and
worried.
die.
Okay. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. You kind of like stop halfway through your roll, but you get up really quick to
I kind of slipped on some rocks that way.
yeah.
Maybe a couple
Slipped
bones
on
that
a
got like
finger.
scattered over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slipped on a finger bone.
You know, they're just everywhere at this point.
You got fingered.
All right, as you are on the other side of this, go ahead and make your attack. Are you still using your?
Yes, I will hit him with my shadow blade.
Is that concentration?
It is concentration.
Would that drop Blade Song?
Blade song is not concentration.
Nice. Okay, never mind then. You're good to go.
No.
A natural one will unfortunately not hit. So as you're recovering from this roll right behind him, trying to make it look a little cool, you get up and you stab, but you got the part of his jaw that's missing. It just kind of, for a second, looks like there's an extra bone there. As it came so close, you pull it back, unfortunately not being able to hit him. Anything else you want to do?
Slash.
Well,
Feels bad. Now it's Big Boy's turn.
I will end my turn there.
All right, then yes, that brings us to Big Boy. And let's see, yeah, it's still the same thing. Nessa, he gonna try and swipe at you. This endless duel that you are both in. Will an 8 hit?
No. Come on. What is wrong with this guy?
Thinking,
Get, like, 19s and stuff.
You haven't been hit yet, have you?
No.
no, thinking surely she won't see it coming a second time. He attacks the exact same way, and you just like, what the hell are you doing? Sideswipe again.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Gar's the only one who's been hit out of us this time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he been hit freaking hard though. So yeah, that's all it's gonna do as it just sits there growling at you. That brings us to the end of his turn and brings us to the zombie.
Tis on
Genmare, as your rapier or shadow blade, I guess, like shaves this thing essentially, it turns back around towards you and attempts to hit you with a total of Oh man, this gonna hurt a lot if it hits. Will a 6 hit?
Oh God, I'm dead. No,
We're not telling
it
the
would
damage.
not.
It's over.
It's over.
It did not hit. It kind of took
Sweet.
a swipe at me as I was like messing up my roll and like.
Yeah, just
Happy accident.
reaches out like with this incredibly slow speed. Like you were expecting it to be slow with how you saw it, but it was even slower. You don't even have to concentrate on dodging. You just move out of the way and like give it this
A
look.
little bit of a sway.
Pretty much, just. Woo. Lynette, welcome. How's your night going? That'll bring us to Zeos with Laren. You're on deck.
Okay.
You're on the patio.
You on the patio?
So we have this ogre here who's stuck in an infinite one, and we have a zombie here who's being taken care of. So I'm gonna come over here and sit on the ground and watch the duel.
All right.
So, Zeos, you proceed to, after flinging a few firebolts, you walk over. This is interesting.
This might be nice.
And you just watch Nessa. You see over to the side as Zeos takes a seat and just starts like.
So are you holding your action then, or just doing literally nothing?
I'm literally doing nothing.
Oh,
All right.
Assuming this zombie kept running, or
Oh yeah, that would have
Are
been
we
on
still
its
hearing,
turn.
like, pitter-patter
1,
down
2,
the-
3, 4. Yeah, you would have heard some pitter patter as it continues its way down the hallway. It's completely out of sight now. You're scary. And that will bring us to. All right, that's Zeos' turn. So Laren, you're up.
Alrighty. Well,
Whale.
Well,
I'm thinking I'm gonna go attack him.
Sweet. You are aware. Well, you would have advantage anyway. It's just. Oh no, you wouldn't. You are aware that if you were flanking him, you will get advantage. So if you're immediately on the opposite side of a teammate that's threatening him, you have advantage on the attack.
I was not aware. Thank you.
There you go.
Right, Northern?
and you get sneak attack.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah. All right.
Come on, nat 20.
Come on, baby.
Oh,
A 19 will hit.
That was close, though.
Go ahead and
Great.
roll damage. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage. No, it really doesn't matter what you roll. No, he dead. He dead. Go ahead and roll the damage. Go ahead and roll the sneak attack.
Oh my god.
real dead.
So,
This is why I went down and sat down. I did not need. I need help.
so Genmare, as you just like subtly dodge out of the way, you see Laren sneak up behind this thing and just run her rapier straight through the back of it. It goes through the skull from behind. As she pulls it out, it just slumps over on the ground, completely destroyed.
Nice.
It did, leaving you guys with
Just big boy.
a big boy that doesn't look too injured right now, but bringing us to Nessa's
He's
turn.
just still staring at her, though.
Yeah, he's still looking pretty healthy. Granted, he's tried the same attack 2 times in a
He's
row.
lost in your
Maybe the
eyes.
3rd time's a charm. Not entirely sure.
don't do this to me.
You got this.
Nice. 24 will hit with 12 damage. Nice.
Max damage roll. Nice.
Ayo.
Beautiful.
So, as you backstep it just a little bit again after it attacks, you retaliate with a stab straight through it. It stabs straight through the abdomen of it. You pull your sword out. It unleashes a terrible spray of this internal
Ew.
dark black blood that it has.
Put that back in.
Zeos is just, yeah, cheering from the sidelines. Yeah, you did a pretty good chunk of damage there. That will bring us to Gar's
Is that
turn.
the first bit of damage traded in that duel?
No, Nessa hit it.
But he's
Okay, good.
Uh,
So to make sure.
I'll
and
turn to
Mavis,
Laren
you're
and
on
just,
deck.
Well done, Laren. And I'll walk forward. I'm gonna put my shield back away.
Thank you
And
for the
I'm
host
gonna
on
go
that.
two-hander on this mofo.
Ooh.
Nice,
Oh,
with
yeah.
advantage.
Both hands.
Both hands.
Natural
Natural 20, baby. Nice. Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice.
99.
How's he looking?
Well,
You
let's see
looking
here.
Fine.
So as you walk up behind, you stow your shield, take your 2 hands on your warhammer, like following suit from this other one that just did it to you, crack it down the back. Any bones that it has, you hear them snap on the inside as it recoils with this terrible cracking sound. It's looking kind of rough.
I will hit it again.
Nice.
I will feel the presence of Melora within me, and I will just swing upwards this time, coming at the back of its skull.
Okay, it's pretty high up there. You can still hit it though with your height. It's about 10 feet tall. Go ahead and make an attack roll. Two 19s. Holy crap. Thank you for the host, Lynette. I appreciate that. Yeah, that'll hit. 7. All right. So let's see. Nope. There we go. So as you swing back up around, you hit it straight in the skull. This terrible cracking sound. You only catch like the back quarter of it. You do see it's actually missing though. Like you blow it out. Let's see. That will end Nessa's spell on it though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
The biggest reason was because there was 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
That was smart.
That's also the reason why I sat down and didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna turn to hit me now and do a natural 20.
as you finish hitting it, you see it turn around at you with this.
It could hit the idiot.
It roars at you, and this terrible breath. You get the drill by now. They have bad breath. What can you say?
9 out of 10 dentists recommend Colgate.
Not sponsored.
No,
Not sponsored. All right, that will bring us to Mavis's turn.
All right. I will.
Genmare, you're on deck.
I'll turn my turret and be like, over there, boy. And for him to go over there.
Okay, sure.
He can move up to 10 feet, so that's the range he can go.
Yep.
And then I'll
Attack! All right, make an attack roll.
This guy. Let's force the Ballista.
Yeah, 14 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 10. All right.
Ooh, okay.
So as you whistle at it, come here, boy, over there. You see the back of it kind of like wiggle just a little bit. Walks over to the spot.
And he gets pushed back 5 feet.
He pushed back 5 feet this way.
Is he standing on the torch now?
Not quite, no. It's kind of on the ground next to him.
I will once again fire off another shot from
Sure.
my little
Man, you do so much damage in a turn.
marvelous miniature.
13 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 9.
Oh,
Dang.
damn.
All right, sure.
Right.
So
And
following
they
up
got
in suit
those
again.
Freaking 3 nat ones. Ugh.
Yeah, you actually time it like you look at your turret like right, and you time it for the same time so that as it's hit by this force, they actually hit it at the same point, taking out like half of his shoulder on the right side. He's kind of like hanging it from the side now. You can see him leaning to one side. It's very hurt right now.
I step down closer to my turret.
Do that,
reach down,
Roger.
and he gives me a high five.
It just like it doesn't have arms, but one of the legs just.
Yep, exactly. And that's
It's like
my
a
turn.
little Wally. I love it.
All right, Genmare, you're up.
All right.
I have an idea, and it's great.
Wait,
You got this, Mr.
would you be
Genman.
flanking him if you were here?
Oh yeah,
not-
technically, if I was.
If you were there, you would.
Yeah, if he was there.
Yeah,
Okay. So I will.
This
it's
guy's
plenty
double
within your
wide,
range. So
I'll move over here.
okay.
Not gonna roll this time because I'm feeling bad about my previous failure.
Good call.
Okay, so
Today's not the day for it.
today you gracefully walk over to it.
And because why not? I'll do Booming Blade. And
Okay.
attack with my Shadow Blade.
Yeah, I mean, may as well. It's a cantrip, which is very nice. All right, attacking with your Shadow Blade. Nice. Nice. That advantage saved you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Oh,
that
sorry.
nice, Nathan.
There was another 7 too.
Yeah, it was a nat 1. So thank God for that. All right, 9.
Nice.
And you cast Booming Blade on it, so let me just put a little symbol on him. Right there. He didn't hit anyone with his last turn, did he? Okay, so, anyways, as you walk over to this one,
Yeah.
you take your Shadow Blade, you said? Yeah, Shadow Blade. You stab it right into the side and made 2 sandwiches, one for you. Yes, Roger. Keep talking. Give me 1 second.
Made him a sandwich?
They're talking about sandwiches in chat. I need to know. And another one for... Proud of you, Roger.
Right in the side and make 2
I made him a Shadow Blade sandwich.
While the shadow's in him, yes, the 2 sandwiches on the side appear out of nowhere. So as you reach out with this, Lazy, thank you so much for the raid with the party of 11. Welcome everybody. I need to do something about this friggin' thing not being on top of everything else. That doesn't make any sense. There we go. Perfect. A-Dub Hoops, thank you so much for the follow. 50. Lazy, welcome everybody from your stream. Somebody want to shout out Lazy for me? Lazy, how was your stream? Welcome everybody. We are just in the middle of combat, so bear with us. I will get back to everyone in just a second. Genmare, as you slice out with your rapier, you stick it into the knee of this thing and slash out sideways, taking out part of it. It seems to barely be hanging on by a thread right now, as it's limping down, kneeling on one side, looking at both of you in front of it, knowing Nessa's right behind it.
Zeus. Deal the final.
That will bring us to rolls a d20 for initiative. Never mind, it's 50's turn, clearly.
Oh, sick.
It's ridiculous. I played I Love You, Colonel Sanders. That game is ridiculous. I've seen some stuff with Lynette playing that.
Had a d20 command in your for your bot.
I really should.
Oh my god, that would
You're
be
right.
great.
Cast magic missiles. Hey, that just auto hits. So this thing does get a turn, however. As it's kneeling down on one side, it takes its massive club and slams it down at you, Genmare. With a 10 to hit. That'll hit. You saw this coming from a mile away. Not only is he slow to begin with, but now he's even slower considering how hurt he is. It slams down. You sidestep to the side as it hits the ground next to you. It looks over at you, and that will end its turn, bringing us to Zeus.
Why can they only hit me?
Do it.
I'm the only
I know, right? You are.
You're a bigger
19 AC.
Seriously ridiculous. All right. Zeus?
Doesn't it?
No, 9 will hit.
Sitting there on the ground.
Hey, for reference, this thing has an AC of 8.
Oh god.
My 7.
Wow.
Yeah!
That one almost hits.
Do that, Roger. Definitely get some ginger ale.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, sitting there on the ground, I shoot a fireball at it.
Sure.
And I do 3 damage.
3 damage. Perfect. Alright, so as you are sitting on the ground, you look over at it. I guess I could do something. Sling up your dagger next to you. Launch a firebolt at it. Hits it in the shoulder of the side. It leans even more to one side now as it's like hanging on by a thread.
Oh.
Yep.
Damn it.
Not quite
I was
dead.
so hoping that you just chilling there.
I know, right? Imagine.
That's the only reason I did it.
That will bring us to the top of the initiative order with Laren. What would you like to do?
Okay. I am going to sneak up behind him.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Joel, for the shout out.
Sandwich?
I was playing Duck Game.
Yeah,
Oh,
two of them
there you
because there's
go.
2 of them.
You made 2 sandwiches.
There you go. 2 sandwiches. Perfect.
Cut them in half so it'll count right.
Heck yeah.
So,
Here we go.
Laren, go ahead and roll whatever attack you're going to roll.
All right.
You do have advantage, so the 8 will stand, which is just enough to hit. Holy crap.
Oh my god.
All right. How do you want to do this?
You know what? I like Jared's idea. Slice
Cut
him
him in half.
Okay.
Down vertically or horizontally?
Vertically, yes.
Okay.
Sandwich on this side, sandwich on that.
So, as Laren, you see the rest of your team surrounding this thing, you run up behind it, scale up its back a little bit, jam your rapier into the side, and ride it all the way down as it splits it straight down the middle, falling apart on both sides of the party. As now you can see each other again, with no hulking ogre in between you.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Nice. That ends
Do
initiative.
we hear a pitter patter coming closer?
Go ahead and everybody make perception checks. Also, at this point, Genmare, you feel a mental ping in your head.
Oh, shoot.
Oh shit.
I forgot about that.
I will inform the group that there's someone coming at us from the direction we came from.
Damn.
My alarm
Sure.
was set off.
Do we hear anything?
So as you guys are sitting there listening, you look back in the tunnel, you hear this,
Oh, come on.
and you look out, and a rat starts running out.
Oh, thank God.
I caused my force ballista to blast. I'll take a shot. No, I'm taking a shot.
Yeah, okay, so the ballista moves over, whoop, fires a shot, it's gone. You don't know where this rat went, but it's dead. It's definitely dead. Mavis, the madman that he is. All right, so give me 1 second. First of all, thank you all officially from Lazy's stream. Welcome. I am Garkana Rouge, aka Guacamole Garage, Goku Car Garage, or anything in between. Currently, we are doing D&D, which we do every Sunday, starting at 7 p.m. Central. We are in the middle of a campaign that I have written called Sunset Valley. The players are currently in the deep mines, investigating a seemingly undead presence that Mavis still doesn't believe because he doesn't believe in magic or undead.
Facts.
and they're trying to find the source of. Well, I'll write up an informational packet afterwards for everybody, as I'm a little behind.
I'm gonna go take a restroom.
Yeah, this is the perfect time to take a restroom break. Actually, I have to do the same.
We'll be back stream.
Yeah. So in the meantime, while you guys are doing that, I may as well say hello, everybody. Hello, 50. Hello, Lazy. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here and for the shout out. I saw the shout out for the raid. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions about D&D, feel free to ask. I am pretty familiar with a lot of this by now, but I'm still learning along the way. I have DM'd fewer than 15 sessions, so I'm still trying to find my footing, and most of our players are also new. So bear with us. Hello! Sorry, it's 50. I took over her computer to free up some space real quick. She'll be back in a second. Perfect. Hello, 50/lazy. He knows nothing. It's fair. That's fair, Nick. Nick, you know. Okay, so I have to use the bathroom for sure. If you guys want to stick with us, we have probably about an hour and a half left or so, maybe a little bit over, maybe a couple hours, before we will end stream. 1 hour, psh, screw that. We didn't start until like 7:30. So yeah, we'll see how the players feel. But you now have your taco. Sounds freaking incredible. Respect. Okay, so yeah, apologize guys, but we'll be right back while we take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll be back then to continue and see where the players go from here. Let me put some music on. Okay, let me disable that. Perfect. Okay, guys, I'll be right back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, we can still be heard on stream.
What?
I guess we can still be heard on stream right now. Hello,
Probably.
stream. That's what's up, Sora.
Yeah. Figured it was a good quick break spot.
Oh yeah, that was
BRB. Level what?
Level what's that?
Or is that supposed to be a face? And if it's Nick that made it, Nick, you're muted.
TJ, you're
Didn't make anything.
Nice. That is awesome. Be right back, Level.
Wait.
Oh man, I love it.
for my
loves-
BRB screen for my stream where it's
Yep.
Oh yeah,
BRB
no, I
wall
do remember.
that has the V. Or it looks like a
Okay, so let's wait for
Oh, I can't see
Beatty
it.
and Rachel.
I can't see stuff that I draw in the shade.
No.
it'll be a
Got him.
surprise later.
Let me reset the turn order.
Down there.
There we go.
Rachel.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I will wait for Biddy to get back, and then we'll continue.
Yeah, but he's doing something.
10%.
Angel,
Angel, how? Dang.
She only loves chat 10%. I love him 24.
It lies.
Oh, your weird thingy.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So yeah, if anybody in chat has questions, now is the perfect time to ask them. While we are currently still in the middle of a break. But otherwise, hello everybody. How is your Sunday going?
Well done on switching the character info, Josh.
Thank you.
You could probably switch to all the faces.
Yeah, I
that,
forgot.
right? Okay. Nice though.
Yep, You home from hospital? Great to hear, Angel. That's awesome.
Is everything?
How is everything there?
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, nice job on the.
Is it okay to bring up chat right now?
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh yeah.
You almost. I'm sorry. What, Angel? You live so it's all good. That is great to hear. The second part. My gosh.
Actually, Josh, I'm not looking at it, but you might want to zoom in on the map.
Oh yeah, you right.
You have it. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Oh my gosh, Angel.
Almost went into a coma and died, but they caught it and helped. Oh my gosh. Thank God you lived. Seriously, that's all I can say to that. I'm so glad that nothing terrible happened there. My gosh.
Save that.
Yeah.
Amen.
Glad it's fixable. Seriously. Yeah, can we all get some love for Angel in the chat? Thank God she made it through that. Oh, man. Yeah, let me put some love in the chat here. Boom! Perfect. Okay, so... Oh, I guess I can switch back to... Nah, I won't do that yet. Yeah, I'll do that. Whatever. Everyone send Angel all the loves. Amen to that. You all the best. Oh my gosh. No, you... Oh, no! Man.
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, if you guys wanted to do any... Well, I kind of want to describe the immediate aftermath.
We'll wait till Biddy's back.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll wait for Biddy.
No worries.
Man, that is nice that Blade Song is not concentration.
That's amazing.
Blade Song in general. You get that after a short rest, right?
Yes.
That's insane.
I mean, it's like the entire subclass is based around it.
It's true.
Yeah.
Biddy's back! All right.
Yeah.
So, let me restart the music here.
All right. Let's get it.
So now, yeah, if everybody could not be on stream so I can get the map back up there.
I got you.
Yeah.
John.
Perfect. All right, so following the aftermath of this, as you look over and see this rat that runs out from the tunnel,
Is Zeus still on the ground?
Zeus is still like sitting down on the ground. You did see
I'm
him.
gonna walk over to him and kick him over.
Okay, make an attack
I'm gonna
roll.
look at him while I do it, and I'm gonna say, "If you sit on your ass and do nothing in a fight again, I will make sure I end you myself."
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
He stomps the ground
It's
next
an
to
unarmed, I guess.
Yeah, it's unarmed
attack,
strike.
So
I'm not gonna, Roger.
Would it be more of like a push or? Like
Yeah, it would.
Well,
It's
I'm gonna-
not for
I'm gonna
damage.
kick him.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess it would be an unarmed strike. Go ahead.
What do I roll?
A d20 plus your.
plus
Are you
strength?
proficient in it? If not, it would just be strength. So yeah, plus your strength modifier. 7. You attempt to kick him, but he just like shuffles back out of the way at the last second.
I have
just moving.
advantage because he's on the ground.
That's
Technically is
He kicks
prone.
again.
Yeah, technically is
Yeah.
prone. Yeah.
18.
Yeah. So Zeus Gar walks over to you, kicks you. How much damage would that do? 1d4 plus your strength? Or are you doing
It's just 1
non-damage?
plus strength, so 5.
Okay.
But
Are you
I'm
actually
not
trying to
doing
damage?
I'm
Okay.
just kicking him over to
Alright.
show that I'm pissed.
Wasn't sure. So yeah, Zeus, he walks up to you, kicks you square in the chest. You feel the breath leave you for a second as you're pushed back. Gar, you finish saying that. I'll end you myself.
There's still enemies about. There was one that ran. You could have taken care of.
drinks a beer.
Speaking of, at this time you do hear off in the distance where the zombie ran off. You heard, at least, afterwards, this... That's all you hear.
I was hoping to hear like a splat or something. Ran off an edge. I'm
Make
gonna
a.
take my little turret and shrink it down. Put him in my bag.
Sure.
Make a what?
My little turret.
He took his
he's
turret.
got
And...
Bag.
All I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna give like a stink eye of like, what the fuck.
Okay, sure. You see him give you this look, Gar. Kind of like, yeah, exactly that.
I'm walking back. I'm not telling any of them this, but to that alarm that Jared set
Okay.
to go look at it and sniff it a little bit.
The glyphs and whatever that he was inscribing on the walls, sure. You look at them. They look like etched into the rock. They're not any language you recognize. Like, it just looks like writing on the wall. What the hell?
Yeah, along with that, there's like a bell and some string, like, kind of around the area.
Is it up
That's
high?
part of the, like, materials.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, how high is
ring
that
a
bell
bell.
and string?
If I can, I'm gonna ring the bell.
Yeah, I guess the string is, like, around the entire, like, area that it's taking up, and then the bell is, like, attached to it and, like, I guess, hanging from...
Sure. You see a bell, let's say about 3.5 feet up. Ding, 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 ding. It kind of...
Stop and look around.
Look over and see mages.
Genmer, you look over off in the distance. You didn't feel... Well, actually, you did feel a mental ping.
Yeah.
You notice Mavis is not with you, and you hear the bell as well along with this mental ping off in the distance. As you just hear, like, interesting.
I just kind of...
Take my goggles a little bit.
Baseball, nice. Yep, you take your goggles, you start inspecting. It looks
Can
like
I
right.
try to sneak back to him?
Stealth check. What's your passive perception?
It's actually not terrible. Oh, never mind. It's 11.
Oh!
So close.
Mavis, you hear this quick steps behind you.
What is it?
I take out my little gun. Oh,
You see him pointing his gun at you.
What is
say-
this? How did you know that rat was over here? I didn't even hear it hit this bell.
and I ring it again.
Ding, 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 ding.
It has a transmitting device that is attached to that I have on me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Good
look
voice.
at that tech later on.
I'll show you another time.
Okay.
I then walking. Are we both walking back at that point, or do you want to like take the alarm thing with you?
No, I'm keeping it there. I'll walk back with you.
Perfect. It lasts for 8 hours.
I'm just gonna
Last
ask
8
him.
hours. Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask him.
You said that you follow something called the Jaguar something?
Yeah.
Do you get your speed? Because I've seen you. You're really, really fast. Do you get your speed by siphoning it from Jaguars?
Yes.
Fascinating.
Go ahead and make a perception check, or not? I'm sorry, a deception check. Genmer.
Oh, come on. Don't kill me.
Mavis, make an insight check.
That's contested, yeah.
Oh, here we go. I got a +3.
He's speaking a bunch of bullshit. He didn't learn it from any jaguars.
I have never seen a Jaguar in Sunset. How do you even get them here?
Avoiding the talks with drinks. We're like,
I walk away.
Sure.
I like it.
I'm listening at this line.
I kind of just
Okay.
scoff and then walk forward with the rest of the
Go ahead and make a perception check, Gar. Okay. You listen for a second. Also, there is still this green mist gently billowing out and dissipating pretty quickly after it does so, but billowing out of these caves up in this area, these passages.
So it doesn't seem like it's spreading into this. It's just-
No, but it's coming from here, whatever this is.
How high up is the ledge?
About 10 feet. Yeah, it's just rock.
So
in
at
front
my
of you.
height, I'd almost probably be able to just.
You could do it with jumping. You could reach it.
How tall are you?
Yeah, how
He's
tall
Six.
is he?
6 foot something.
And you wouldn't need to make any check for it. Climbing takes
Okay.
double your speed, but you could do it. It's perfectly climbable once you reach that ledge.
I'd have to be
I'm-
able to jump 3 inches.
Exactly.
Oh no!
It's not enough.
Weigh like 600 pounds.
Hey, 3 inches is a
Well.
lot.
Oh yeah.
For Mavis.
I'm walking over to the bones, by the way, and I'm gonna take out my little goggles again and inspect it.
Sure. Looks like a bunch of different bones. Make a investigation check.
All right.
So you said I don't really hear anything. I just noticed the mist.
Yeah, you don't hear anything though specifically. Investigation 25. Dang, these are anything ranging from dwarven bones to maybe a gnome, some gnome bones in there.
Okay.
They're definitely humanoid. But beyond that, like that's it. It's just some bones.
After that, I walk over to little white dude.
Little white
thingy.
dude, sure. Yeah, this decrepit, just horribly mutilated, humanoid-looking figure, missing half of its jaw, part of its leg, dead on the ground, just like laying there. You've never seen anything like it, Mavis.
I don't think I actually have that, but I do have that. I take my rock hammer.
Sure.
And I bash his skull in.
Make an attack roll. With. Oh wait, no. Anything at melee range just hits. Roll damage for me.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. You. A mixture of crunching and like squashing sound as you cave the head in, and it. Yeah, it splatters to the ground off to the sides.
This.
Some of it bounces back onto you.
I'm trying to look for any form of electronics or anything of the sort inside of it.
Investigation check.
Electronics?
It's
You
a robot.
do a
It's
pretty
robot.
thorough search. Like you even search through parts of this caved-in skull to no avail. There are no electronics in this thing.
This is unfathomable. That's just really messed up human, I think. This cave, I don't want to be in here long.
For
It
people in
seems to
chat,
really change
Mavis
people.
does not believe in undead, magic,
I'm gonna investigate
anything like
the,
that. So he believes there's a
zombie,
scientific
like,
explanation.
Ogre, was it?
The ogre zombie, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
You
Investigation
said-
check.
You said there was like mining equipment.
Yeah, there's some spare
That
like
sort of thing?
picks. Some of them are broken. There's
Need
some spare
diamond
boards around from where they like built up to higher areas to mine in. Maybe like some spare hard hats. But you looking for something specific?
Just if there's anything significant.
Zeos, with that, you search him. Like there's obviously this big club that he was holding. But beyond that, there's nothing on him.
Does he wear underwear?
He does.
Yeah.
Do you want it?
Probably.
Tattered.
Don't. Do you want the ogre zombie's underwear? Is not a sentence I expected to hear tonight.
You didn't prepare enough, Josh.
Right.
Yourself.
So yeah.
What I'm looking for, Josh, is more so just like information about understanding it. as
Oh, okay.
well.
Sure.
Because I've read about ogres, so I knew it was an ogre, but I've never seen undead, so learning more about that.
Okay. Looking at this, it definitely shares all the properties of an ogre. It seems very decomposed over all of these different affected areas. It's missing parts that would be vital for living otherwise. It seems to have been animated by some sort of magic. You haven't seen undead before, so this is new to you. Although you would have read about them. I mean, you know that undead exist. Let's see, with a nat 20 for investigation, nothing appears evident of any damage that you dealt seeming to affect a certain area more than any other damage. Even though it was different types that you hit it with, from fire to radiant to just plain old bludgeoning or piercing, it didn't seem to affect it differently in any individual area. There's no additional decay, no additional damage being dealt.
Okay.
Yeah. What's everyone else doing?
After I get done taking a listen,
Mhm.
can I look around the walls? And you said that there's mining equipment. Is there maybe any deposits of precious stone or anything in the walls, or iron, or?
Go ahead and do an investigation check. 3 primary magic users plus paladin near Mavis. How does he reconcile that with technology? Let me tell you, it's amazing that he doesn't believe in it at all.
Well, there's a level. He thinks a lot of it's brain power and science.
Mhm.
You know,
Everything.
The combination of the two. He's made things that unbeknownst to him, they are magical. He just thinks that it's just he made it well enough that it works well with his brain.
He's just a master tinkerer.
Yeah. And he thinks other people do the same thing.
Gar, with an investigation of 7, you look around on the walls, looking for different ores or precious gems maybe that remind, or something left on the ground. You don't really seem to find anything. Moving a little more towards this bigger pile, which these are bigger piles that the ogre zombies were nomming on.
Nom nom.
You do find a couple of stray silver pieces, adding up to about a total of 25. silver pieces. But beyond that, anything that was in here is decomposed or destroyed. If there were miners or anything.
Pickaxe. Or anyways.
Sure. Yeah, you can pick up one of them. So go ahead and add pickaxe to your inventory. So you think psionics? Yeah, basically. Anybody else? What are y'all doing?
Kind of watching the
lose-
tunnel.
Would I lose my javelin if I threw it?
be able to
It
recover
clattered
it.
to the other end of the room. You can go ahead and retrieve that and add it back up.
that's right.
It's relatively. It was a nat 1 for that.
Technically, you two can't see. So you
There
Yeah,
is still
that's fine.
torchlight on the
probably
ground.
Would have picked up the torches.
Yeah, more than likely you would have. Sure. So yeah, you both probably would have picked up your torches again to be able to see where the heck you're going. Yeah, you're left with this room, a few columns connecting to the ceiling above, and a couple of entrances 10 feet up. 2 feet. Yeah, you can step on that. About 10 feet up with this subtle greenish glow and mist just very slowly billowing out.
You said the greenish glow was coming from these places?
From both of them, yeah.
And
Okay.
Gar isn't able to
That's
see.
laggy.
You both retrieved your torches, so.
Well, I left mine on the ground. I don't want to pick it up. It's lighting the areas.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you can't see very much then. Beyond the very dim light lighting up the immediate entrance of the tunnel above you, you can't see anything immediately around you. It's pretty dark right now.
How high up did you say these areas were?
About 10 feet.
10 feet?
Yep.
Okay.
Laren,
Yes.
There's no way I can make
you're,
that.
you're pretty light. Come here. Kind of give her a little boost. Can you
Okay.
see anything down this tunnel?
Okay. You lift her up. For the sake of it, it's an incredibly low DC, but go ahead and make an acrobatics check, Laren.
All right.
Don't not want it.
Yeah.
Don't not want it.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. You like shift a little bit. These giant dragonborn hands, but with claws on the end, holding you up. You try and gain your balance. You gain it pretty quickly. As you look up inside, you see it continues for about 10-ish, 15-ish feet before splitting off in two directions.
Do I see anything there, or just kind of just the path?
Just a cave wall.
Okay.
You see equal amounts of. No, I'm sorry. You do see the smoke a little bit thicker on your right, so it would be over this way.
I see.
Okay.
What is it? What do you see?
So I look down. Okay, about 10 feet ahead, it looks like we've got a fork in this path, and the green smoke that we saw earlier is coming from the right side. Looks pretty thick.
A fork, you said.
I pull out a little tool, and I flick it a little bit, and you see a little spoon come out of it. It looks like a Swiss Army knife.
It's
Mavis
like
not
this.
that kind of fork.
I could add it to this one. I don't have a fork yet.
Mavis.
Flick it back shut.
What's
Made
that?
us.
She means there's two different paths.
Oh,
Yeah.
A left path and a right path.
why didn't you just say that?
It's a metaphor, Mavis.
She did say that.
Should we check the other side?
Oh,
Oh.
good call.
Sure.
I'll keep an eye on this tunnel. If the zombie.
I'll
comes
set her
back.
down gently and then.
I'll come over to this side.
Okay, you guys make your way over to the other side. Acrobatics check, Laren. You guys end up doing the same thing.
We'll help her.
All right.
One on each shoulder.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Let's go. Let's see. Acrobatics.
Yeah, 18 with one on
Okay.
each shoulder. You scale up them pretty easily, balancing yourself between the weight of the two of them. You look inside and.
It'd probably be more my hands.
Okay.
I'm not that tall.
Yeah, I'm crouching to match her height. So
I forgot. Gar is really tall.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
tall.
Gar's hecka tall.
There you go.
Yeah.
Big boy.
You see about 20 feet in, again, the cave seems to hit a wall before curving off to the right.
Once again.
What is it? What do you see?
All right. This one is a little bit different. It looks like we've just got a curve to the right, about 10 feet ahead. You said? So-
20 feet or so, 15, 20.
Oh, do I see any smoke? That's a good question.
You do, yeah, equal amounts on this side. Yeah, for both of them.
Okay. Same green smoke. I don't know what that would
I'm
be.
kind of wondering if this tunnel, this one, leads over to. Is it curves that way?
Well, there's only one way to really find out.
Which one do we want to do first? This one?
We
We're
could.
already here.
All right,
Do we want to-
Laren, do you
Okay.
want to scout a bit?
Yeah.
All right, you don't even need to make a check for that. You make your way up.
Nessa, get on my
see.
shoulders. I'll prepare to push you up just in
Oh,
case things go
God.
bad for her.
Should I go ahead and like grab her from the top? From
I mean,
would that
with
work?
both of them there, yeah, it would be fine for her to get up.
I'm fine.
Okay. Okay.
Alright. Lead the way.
Okay.
All
do I
right,
see?
I pull
so
my shield out just in case, but I have the torch.
you do
other
see the most immediate thing. Give me a second. Let me just do this.
Some
quickly.
bones? Oh god, no!
Some bones.
I whisper to Gar.
I'll come stand
What's happening?
With this dim light also in this area, actually,
Oh, I
you would be
knew
able
it.
to see.
I'm so smart.
And suddenly you see, boo!
Yeah.
Freaking Jared put that there forever ago.
I put it during the intermission.
So yeah, you see, you don't see that. You think you see that. You do see this slumped, not a pile of bones, a small humanoid, like, but I guess pile of bones, but it's still formed like a humanoid. It's wearing clothes. It's a shortish humanoid slumped up against the wall. Looks like it's been dead for a while.
It's my kin.
I'm gonna attack it.
Sure. Okay. You run up to it, take the head clean off. The skull that was on it just clatters off to the side. Yeah.
It sounds like they're fighting.
Everything all right?
No, it's fine.
Keep it.
Get me up there.
Throw him.
Suddenly, Mavis.
Mavis up there. That's awesome.
Sure. Make a strength check, Gar.
You just drop him.
23. Mavis, you gained some air. You got like you cleared it and you got 6 feet in the air beyond that. Suddenly, just behind you guys, you see Mavis just.
Do I catch the ends?
Oh, you go over. You're like next to Nessa.
Okay, gotcha.
The one thing that he smashes into the ceiling. The ceilings here are about 10 feet high or so compared to the 55 to 60 foot high cave that you were just
We're
in.
fighting. Is everything okay?
I hit an undead, or not an undead, pile of bones, basically. Just in case.
I like your style.
And I want to go investigate.
Sure, investigation check.
Does anybody else want to?
Mavis goes up to investigate.
Maybe it's curious.
18. Okay.
Hey, nice.
Investigating this corpse, it's a little taller than a gnome, a little shorter than a human. It looks like a dwarf.
Okay, awesome.
The one thing that catches your attention is a name tag on the clothing. It says Foreman Toric,
Toric.
Hmm.
Okay.
How do you
Would
spell
any of
that?
us know?
like this.
Thank you.
Does that ring any bells to any of us? I feel like.
History checks.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Why?
Come on,
Yeah.
Nesta.
Negative 2 history.
Oh wow.
Like fall down to us.
Shit!
I guess it would only be you three up there.
Yeah,
Um,
because we don't.
I
Unless they
will,
say
uh,
something.
I
yeah.
like how your roll 8 is the same as my nat 1.
Oh my gosh.
I don't actually say anything down to them, but when I pick it up, I do say
A name tag?
loud enough for them to hear.
I
Sure.
would probably walk over and just look.
You said it was like a dwarf
Mavis,
looking
do you
body?
Do either of you want to go up?
Yeah.
What was that?
I'll turn to Genmare and
Mavis, what do you recognize that name?
I don't.
I know that you're from.
Yeah.
With
we
your
got
history
to-
checks, Mavis, you're the main
together,
one. It would
I
be a
think.
pretty low DC on this. Nobody named Toric rings any bells with you from your time in Stoneworth or anything of the sort.
Okay.
I've been in Stoneworth a long time. I've never heard the name Toric. I don't know who this could be. Street.
Did you find anything else?
No.
Beyond that, you do find about 10 gold pieces in a small pouch. Are you actually pocketing it?
Yeah.
Deception or sleight of hand check.
All right.
What are your all passive perception for Nessa and Laren?
Where do I see?
Scroll down.
underneath.
Underneath your skill checks.
Fuck.
Hers is 13.
Mine is 13.
Laren?
Pardon me, skill checks?
Above
Yes.
your
Right underneath
tools.
skills.
It would be above your tools, your passive perception, Rachel.
Yeah.
It
I
says
did an
passive
acrobatics.
wisdom, and then in parentheses it says perception.
Moose, thank you so much for the host. I appreciate that, man.
Right
Passive
below
wisdom.
Bottom left.
on the skills.
Okay.
It's gonna be a number
Um,
all by itself on the bottom left of your page.
Correct.
Here.
So sorry, 13. Okay.
13. Okay, so you're both 13.
That's
Yeah.
okay, that's
He's. Go ahead and also make a deception check.
All right. Freaking 1 to that. Oh, hell yeah!
Dang.
Insight checks
Okay.
from Laren and Nessa.
All right, we got this.
Bitch, you're
Nessa.
going down.
Oh!
Nice.
Davis.
So as he says nothing, you heard his voice crack, which is a telltale sign that he's lying.
Damn it, Josh.
But you didn't see him take anything. But yeah.
There's nothing else there.
Is he
But
nothing?
I did.
Crystal Nessa?
I did find this.
He sheepishly holds out this small pouch.
You can have it if you want. Okay.
Sure, add 10 gold.
Josh, I did
Genmare.
an acrobatics check a moment ago to.
Yeah, I'm helping him up the ladder.
Oh.
Okay,
Nice.
sure. Yeah, you stumble for a second, but you grab onto the ledge before you're able to take any serious fall. You're up there fine. Zeos, acrobatics as well.
I'm climbing up before Zeus.
Ooh.
No, I was about to say you first. I don't trust you right now.
So as you're about to say you first, he's already climbing up. You don't need to make a check for that. You just take double movement as you can already reach the ledge. So, yep.
And
You.
I'll find out by myself. Do I need to roll acrobatics to climb
How
up?
tall are you?
5 foot.
Yeah, you're gonna. I would say this would have to be athletics just to
Athletics?
climb this thing.
Oh shoot! Good luck.
How bad are my athletics?
It's a pretty low
You have a
DC because
negative-
it's only a
I don't
10-foot
remember what
wall.
it is, but-
I have -2 athletics. Let's go.
Sweet. 3. You put your foot up, try and find your footing as you slip, you fall down, you catch yourself beforehand before falling over.
Do I hear him fall?
You hear a
I'll
but
go
beyond
back,
that,
I'll lay down on the ground and put my
reach
arm
over.
down.
Sure, he can reach your arm from there. Go. Yeah, you don't need to make checks. You pull him up, and you guys are all now standing up here in this
Does he
corridor.
accept the arm, though?
Fair.
Are you offering your arm or are you pulling me up? That's two different.
I'm offering my arm for assistance.
Does
since
that
I
pull
heard
you
the
up?
fall.
Knowing that I'm really shit at this, I'm going to take it.
Okay.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
kind
make
of.
eye contact with
I
him.
take it.
All right, you go ahead and take his arm. He pulls you up. You guys now all find yourselves in this immediate area right here.
Weirdly enough, I'm a wood elf that sucks at athletics.
Yeah, it's true. All right, yeah.
I did not spend much time in the trees.
Beyond that, nothing else.
All
What would you all like to
uh,
do?
When Genmare comes up and stands next to me, I show him the name tag and say,
Have you ever seen this name? I don't recognize it.
Let me think.
History checks from anyone who hasn't done one yet.
Oh my god, the history checks have been so bad.
Sure. Zeos, go ahead and make one because you didn't hear on the initial. So, Laren, you already made one,
okay.
so you're good.
Oh, my bad.
You're
I
fine.
gotta see if she remembers again.
She's really trying to remember.
Maybe.
Try again.
Oh, you get a plus
19,
5.
nice.
Ooh,
You
nice
guys-
one.
You take a second to really think about it. The name Torek doesn't ring any bells, especially if it was a foreman. You feel like you would remember that name. Yeah, it doesn't seem to ring any bells with you guys.
Do these bones look any older than the other bones? A weird question, but
No, they look about the same.
okay.
Actually, no. At this point, it would definitely be about the same. You can't really tell any difference in decomposition. What is the
What
distance
does
here?
that mean? I'm just kidding.
What do you mean?
Who's the bloody hiker? How did they not
okay.
know?
Shall we continue on?
Perfect distance.
Right. Thank you. Sure. Yeah.
How thick is? Go ahead.
Or what are you gonna ask? thick as my dick.
How did you know?
Talk about yay big. Buying
We
condoms
can't
is
actually
very
like get it on.
difficult.
Yeah, can't be on frame. Yeah.
So how thick is the green smoke that you said was billowing from this area? Or
That
would
is
we,
the
like,
other thing. This area is pretty lightly obscured. Even though you have light distance to here, you can barely see through this.
Is there a smell or a taste to the green mist?
Ew.
Good question.
Would that be
I hope not.
Can I do a taste test?
maybe a survival check for that? Go ahead and make an What were you investigating, Laren? What were you or wondering about?
No, I was just asking you. How thick the smoke is around us? Like,
Okay.
if we can see very far, or
Yeah, it's about that.
Purple.
Purple. You can see about 30 feet out in front of you before it really starts to get obscured. The only reason you know it's up there is you can just see the corner of this start to turn. It's not thick, but it's definitely a layer in the air. You don't even need to make a check for it. Gar, you kind of like sniff in, stick your tongue out for a second. Tastes like decay?
Whoa.
Like that's the best description you have for it. It's not good.
Tastes like death. Ugh.
oh,
Yeah.
But not undeath. I knew it.
Mavis
I
will
want to
solve
ask, Genmer, if
Genmer?
Genmer, sorry,
Mhm.
it's so close to my.
It really is.
Yeah.
Genmer, if he might be able to detect magic on the smoke or something and see if it's caused by anything.
I could do that. It would take some time.
Yeah, if you think it's worth it.
10 minutes.
That took about 10 minutes last time. Do we want to wait that long?
What time is it at this point?
Let's
Dark
see.
Cave time.
You can't tell time of day, but as far as how much time has passed since you entered the cave, it's probably been about an hour and a half. And you arrived in Stoneworth, or you entered the cave at about 10 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I'm fine if Genmir thinks that it's worth it. He's gonna be the one that's doing it, so.
I mean, we see the smoke. We could just follow where it's from to see what it is.
We could.
Whether or not it's
Tell what it is
magical.
Causing it.
I can't imagine it's not magical, and I kind of just shush Mavis as I know he's trying to pipe up on that.
You give him like a finger.
But, I'm just like waving him away. But I could learn well, it's probably necromantic. I'm not sure it would tell us
If you're
much.
curious about the
Should
school of
I
magic.
proceed? Yeah.
Proceed? Oh, wait. Laren, do you want to go first? And then I'll be
Yes.
right behind you.
Up to you guys if you want to wait a few minutes.
It's an
I
idea.
want to put head.
Well, we do know that there was at least one other zombie.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
true.
And I look
the more
back.
time we wait, the more that it might bring back with it. And in fact, that spell would have ended ages ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's push ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys make your way
Now
through?
that we
All right.
presumably have alerted things. We don't want to stay in one place too long.
God damn it, I
don't
keep
think.
trying to edit my token. No, fuck off.
So
Oh,
Rachel, if you
sorry.
want to if you want to try to go perfectly within that line there, you can hold Alt and you won't snap to a square.
Well, it
Oh.
just keeps, I'm holding it for too long and it
Right.
All right, so make your way about.
Ah!
Boo-choo!
Why?
Nice, Jared.
That's
That one wasn't mine.
Oh, who did that?
Right after I saw Jared, I was like, oh.
All right, so as you make your way to this opening here, looking across, the main thing that you see, okay, from right about there, you definitely see this. There is a chasm. Suddenly, this rock that you've been walking on breaks off. Looking across from here, those with dark vision. Well, who's carrying torches at this point? How far can you guys see?
Just Nessa.
Nessa, so you can see clear to the other wall pretty much. That there's from here. First of all, you see that whatever this chasm is down below, there's a drop off. There's a distance between where maybe there was a natural bridge before or something. There isn't anymore, and the smoke here is super thick. In the chasm, it's you can't see through it.
Oh,
Is
so
there a pebble near me by chance?
Sure. Yeah, there's a few stray pebbles along the walls.
Once again,
As Mavis was approaching it, I'll be like, "Don't let Mavis fall in."
I don't even hear him. I just I grab the pebble once again, hold it in my hands, and then when I pull it out, it's glowing.
Okay.
And I drop it down into the hole.
You see it disappear into the smoke, and you listen about 4 seconds later, 3 seconds later, you hear, or like a whoosh. Sounds like it dropped into water.
There's water at the bottom.
Hey, Mavis.
Yeah, what is it?
Do you think all rocks can light up like that, like naturally?
With my gloves, they can. I've tried it without it. It doesn't work. I've made these specially to light surfaces, but only small ones. To main power and science.
I so wish I had the light cantrip
Right.
so I could do it without the gloves.
But yeah, there sounds to be water down there, and it's a pretty good drop. It sounded like.
If I had to guess with dropping
Intelligence check.
fact, I will do. Just straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Bop.
You have no friggin' idea.
It sounds really deep, like 2,000 feet.
I don't have rope anymore, do I? Nope. I used it all to tie up the dude. To the
You
tree.
did. Yeah, you don't have rope, but the majority of you guys do have explorers packs.
Oh.
Would
Yes.
someone lend me
I
the rope?
do have rope, actually.
I just get my cigar. There you go.
I'll just start lowering
Hey,
it.
Josh,
little by
I-
little.
Sent you something. Could you read it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. No, because it wouldn't become solid.
Okay.
Nah,
I whip out
Forget about it, because that's still a thing that I.
haven't replaced. Yeah, you're fine.
a 50-foot rope.
Sure. You see Mavis take out this 50-foot nice hempen rope, I think it is,
It's
but
hempen, yep. But it's kind of it's a little shiny.
it's shiny.
And I take one end and I just hold it like this, and then I point with my gauntlet and say go, and it travels.
Suddenly, he lets go of this rope, and it hovers there in the middle of the air.
And slowly but surely is traveling.
Slowly moves across the chasm.
I'm lowering my rope to the water. The rope
Okay.
that Vanessa handed me, and I'm like counting out the feet or whatever.
Okay,
as
sure.
I'm lowering it until I hear the sound of the water.
Okay. Perception check.
Whenever
Okay.
it gets to the point that I can tie it off, I'm going to command it to do so. If there's anything it can tie off, is there anything it can tie off on?
On the other side, it's a pretty sheer rock ledge. There's not really any. I mean, does it need a surface to tie off to, or can it just stay there?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Continue, though.
Gar, you start lowering this rope, and you're counting the feet as you're lowering it in your mind. You get to about 60 before you feel it, a little bit of resistance, and you hear the slightest of as it hits the water down below.
Hmm. 60 feet.
So the rock fell for 60 seconds.
Oh no, I didn't say 60 seconds. No, it fell for like 3 seconds. Oh, no, I'm saying you counted out about 60 feet.
Right.
Oh,
because I'm just guessing
you're holding 50
you
feet
would
of
only
rope.
fall 10 feet per round, 6 seconds.
Is it 10 feet per round?
No, it's like 30.
Like, there's no way it would be that, yeah. Even 30 seems like it would be. I mean, that would be like 5 feet a second. Doesn't feel like it'd fall that slow. But either way,
So 60. I get. Well, then I'm out of rope.
yeah, you're actually. I'm sorry. You have to reach down on the side before you feel it. It's probably anywhere from 55, 60 in that range.
Oh, all right, I'll start winding the rope back up. Like we definitely don't want to fall down.
I turn to Laren and I say,
Laren, can you fire an arrow into
That wall there, and I point over there. Actually, perfect. I take out this little cylindrical device, and I point it, and there's a little spark fire when I push a little button on it, and you see a little red laser light over at the spot.
You see a little red dot appear on the wall in the corner, over on the side.
I can certainly try, Mavis.
Too bad
I've
none of
seen
us are
you-
Could you
tobacco.
attach that to her bow?
Oh God, I could
You
give you
could.
laser sights.
That'd be awesome.
Advantage
Interesting.
on all.
It does have a 1 minute battery.
Battery.
Yeah.
So would that be my short?
Yeah,
It wouldn't
you
be
would-
my short bow.
That's the only bow you have.
Could she lodge an arrow into the into any surface there?
Perception check, Blaren.
Okay.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Oh.
You see a pretty nice split in the wall, just a subtle crack where if you shot just right, you could wedge an arrow in there pretty well, and it'd probably be solid.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
give us another nat 20.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, with an 18, you. So you just wanted to shoot the arrow
If-
across?
Yeah, I want to be able to tie off onto it.
Okay.
Whatever wherever it lands.
Sure. So you take your arrow out. It sinks right into the wall on the other side, right at the crack.
Thank you, Mavis.
Didn't we just tie the rope to the arrow?
Silence.
I tell it to tie itself around.
Sure, it kind of adjusts as it gently ties itself around this thing, creating what looks like a pretty solid knot. You pull on it.
I then tell it to knot itself, which every foot there's a little knotted section for us to grab onto now.
That helps
And it
more with
shortens
vertical
its-
climbs.
Either way, I'm doing it. It gives us advantage on climbing across. It says.
Across or up?
It grants
Because
advantage on checks made to climb it.
you're not
so-
climbing. You're using
Okay.
it as a horizontal surface to
Okay.
maneuver
then
across. So it made
I'll
some
leave it.
knots.
Sweet.
Yeah. But those wouldn't really help with. All right,
Well,
you guys
that's
now have a rope hovering here. What's the other end tied to?
Nothing right now. It's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask her to.
Can you stick an arrow in the ground here?
Absolutely.
Actually, do we have anything more sturdy than an arrow to anchor it to? Guard, you have
we have Gar.
But then how does Gar get across?
I stab a javelin.
Yeah,
into the
even
ground.
with it, I don't know how I'm getting across.
Okay.
Javelin.
Nessa, you take one of your javelins. Go ahead and mark
It
that
can
off.
hold 3,000 pounds. This rope. So.
Yeah, the rope itself is actually
I'm not worried
magically.
about the rope. I'm worried about my ability to cross the rope.
Nessa, you
So
jam a
am I.
javelin into one of the yeah, into one of the cracks on just below the ground level on your side of this chasm, and it seems pretty sturdy on it. The rope ties itself to that one as well. You guys have a makeshift way to cross it.
Anyone care to go first?
First.
I promise. It's stable.
I'll go last.
Okay, what are we rolling with?
This will be an athletics check.
Okay.
Fuck.
Hang on.
Because of the
Athletics
rope.
or
Hang on,
acrobatics,
hang on.
if you
That's
like,
fair. If
tightrope
you
it,
guys want to tightrope it and walk on top of it, it can hold your weight super easily. You could use acrobatics instead. That's a good point.
What were you thinking, Jared?
That I would be more
Well,
comfortable with.
Are we sure that like the arrows are gonna like keep it in place well enough? Like, do they seem?
The javelin on one side and arrow on the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did pull on it.
You did pull on it. It seems pretty wedged in there. It seems like this is more acting as it's not acting as all the weight like tied to the end of it. It's tied on the inside a little bit towards the rocks. The majority of the weight distribution is going to be on the rocks itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
Sure.
I have lightning lure.
Okay.
Could I choose to have it not do damage if I used it, or is that? Is that like?
Strikes at one creature of your choice within range. It does say a creature of your choice.
Like, if I could get the pool but without the damage,
The pool.
the pulling it towards me.
The pull.
Oh.
pull.
Yeah.
Pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it is lightning. It's lightning
Yeah.
energy. I feel like it would inherently do damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So was
Carry on.
who was crossing first?
You go first.
Well, those of you that want to use athletics, you would be hanging on and climbing underneath it. Those of you that want to use acrobatics, you would be walking on top of it like a tightrope.
Oof.
Let me see what my better score is real quick.
Gosh, I don't know which one's better between those.
I'm tight-roping it.
Yeah.
Your acrobatics would definitely be better, Lan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would. Then your
Okay.
athletics.
I
Thank
got
you,
a
Jess.
10. Is that good?
That was on athletics.
That's
yeah.
athletics. So
Go ahead and roll
that's-
acrobatics.
Oh,
Acrobatics.
okay. My bad. I heard that wrong.
You're right.
Acrobatic.
So who's going to cross first?
Oh,
Ew.
no.
I mean, you rolled a 9
Could
at
she
first
take
with a
the
6.
other roll?
Technically, she rolled a 9 plus 6.
I'll let it go. Yeah, but you will have.
So
Yep.
9 plus 6, 15.
So that would be a 15. It would have used that roll. So 15. Okay. Laren, taking the lead on this, you gently maneuver your way up the javelin that Nessa provided. Balance yourself on this tightrope, walking across, making sure you don't lean too much to one side. You get about halfway there.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. You make about 3/4 of the way there. Go ahead and make a second acrobatics check for me.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
I don't like this.
Me neither.
Oh my god! Oh god!
What the hell?
Towards the end, you look down for 1 second, give yourself complete vertigo as you start tumbling over off to the side. I need you to roll a.
How?
Is she
Where am I
falling?
at?
She's falling right
I
off.
cast Feather Fall on her,
Okay.
which
What does that
means
do?
I just hold out my gauntlets and do this.
What's
and
the
does
range
a-
on that?
It is 60 feet, I believe. 60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it do?
It slows her falling speed to 60 feet per round. So would that be
60 feet per round? That's 10 feet a second.
creatures slows to 60 feet per round?
That's pretty slow. Like 10 feet a second is
And they take no falling damage.
correct.
correct.
And
So
you can land on its
Okay.
as you're falling off, you feel yourself lose balance. You start to fall, and it's slowed just enough time for you to go ahead and make a. I think this would just be a straight athletics check, but with disadvantage because you are currently falling and don't have any concept of up or down.
Okay.
You reach out to try and grab the rope,
Um,
but you miss. You find yourself falling now. You see her disappear underneath the smoke.
Oh my god.
go for it. I'll
I
say
am
go
going
for.
over.
I'll say go for Gar's rope as she's falling.
On your side, she made it
pulled it
to
up.
she made it to
Yeah,
about
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
Never
I'm
mind.
just.
Where is
So
she?
she started falling.
You don't see
here.
her.
I'm going over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna run and dive in.
You okay?
I
Yeah,
command my
but
rope.
Nessa said she's
my
gonna
waist.
jump in as well. I'm gonna just go for
No,
it.
I'm not jumping in. I'm going across.
Oh,
Okay.
then never mind. I don't
Okay,
do that.
good call.
Nessa, as you're getting ready to go across, suddenly,
I
uh-huh.
can I cast a spell that's not a reaction, like within that round of her falling?
Yeah, that's fine.
And so you said she's at the end, so she's like in
She's-
this square.
Well, the arrow was shot to
Probably.
here, and she made it about 2/3 of the way through or so. She's like right here in the middle.
Okay.
She had nothing to
Okay.
grab onto but the rope at that time.
Let me math real quick.
Sure.
How far can? What's long jump again?
Actually, double check on that for me. I don't remember.
Oh, lordy.
I can't believe the double nat once.
Yeah. I don't think I can do anything.
Nick jumps without knowing and might might just
Well,
be
you know-
falling too.
You heard water though. So
Yeah, I know that there's
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Just
so it's
probably
a
not
safe
good
drop.
water.
Maybe.
I'm gonna roll my athletics. So I'm heading across.
Okay.
Do it up.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
one.
With that, actually, all right. So you're trying to head across, fueled by this motivation and energy, adrenaline to get to the other side and maybe reach something down, help her out. You're not entirely sure, but you climb your way across underneath. You actually make it all the way through with that roll to the other side where you're able to drop on the ground to about here. Yep, to about there. And did you drop your torch to do that? Leave it on the other side?
Probably.
So you can't see anything beyond this right now. It's actually no, scratch that. I'm sorry. You can. Because there is currently light on the other side of this.
What do I see?
I can long jump
What
18 feet.
18 feet, you beast. You can see there's currently 4 pillars
I probably could have jumped
to the
this
right of
gap.
you.
What the fuck?
There's a brazier in the middle of the pillars, currently lit.
Really, Nick?
Just
You could
about.
have just carried us on your back and.
Technically,
I
it
don't know
goes
about
from
that.
here to here. So it's like 15 feet.
Yeah, it's about
From
15.
corner to corner.
Wow.
How long is your long jump?
18 feet.
You can make that.
So is yours, Biddy. Yours is 18 as well.
Because
Dude,
it's modified by your
you're
strength.
sick. What the fuck are we
score.
doing?
It's your strength score. Whatever your strength score is.
So you look over and you see these 4 pillars all around this brazier of fire currently lit, providing light in a pretty short range, off in the distance, and it would be enough that you can pretty much see everything else on its way to you as well.
That looks
Like right there, yeah. So the majority of this area is dim light, but beyond that, that's all you see. Gar, what were you doing at the point, and also Genmer, it seemed like you were going to do something at the point that she fell.
I was jumping towards her direction.
Okay, you just
launched
leaped right off.
myself towards it.
Genmer?
I don't think I can.
Oh, actually, I can use Feather Fall out to 5 targets. I just realized.
Okay. Gar, you jump in. Where's Laren?
If I do see you jump in, would you allow me to have it on him as well?
Make
Or-
an
I would have ran and jumped the same time I saw her fall.
make an initiative roll, Mavis.
Okay.
Um,
I don't do that.
Yeah, he's too like as you're focusing. Somebody just fell. Somebody just fell. Suddenly, Gar's like off and into this billowing smoke before you can even do anything about it. Gar, you jump off. You make it down, and you fall for a couple seconds before into this pool of this greenish water. It's thick underneath. You can barely see ahead of you, and then a couple seconds later, you look up and you see as Laren falls in after you because she was falling pretty slowly. You guys both look around. Make perception checks for me.
Okay.
So as they're falling, I'll tell Zeus to give me rope. Assuming you have
Oops.
some.
You don't have to do that with
Sorry.
disadvantage.
I'll call
think I have
out
rope.
to you guys.
Is there light under the water? Otherwise, I don't have dark vision, so I'm
What
all
tool pack do I get?
The water is like not it's not completely dark. The main thing is that it's murky. Like you can't see your own hand in front of your face right now. As you guys, or rather, not your own hand in front of your face. You can see a little bit, like maybe 10 feet out, but not very far beyond that. Beyond that is heavily obscured. You guys make your way to the surface. As you look over, you see there's a small platform, which I can't really detail on this, but it's over in this area, underneath the smoke, that seems to lead up into a smaller alcove right here.
Ooh.
Let's see. Gara, you notice that. Laren, the last thing you notice is movement in the water on the other end.
Oh God.
What? Oh
You
no.
see movement on the other end of the pool from you
Do I
guys.
see Gar right now?
Yeah, you're both like just treading water on the
Probably would've
surface.
heard
Are
him.
you okay, Larry?
That's true. I'm okay, Gar. I see there's movement over there. We need to move.
Shit.
Are you guys okay?
Y'all
Oh,
okay?
yeah, can
Um,
they hear us from up
So
What is happening?
She's fine. We're safe.
You do hear that. It's pretty muffled.
Can I do an insight check? Because that doesn't sound.
Sure. Insight.
I mean, we are safe at the moment.
Yeah, they're fine.
Nessa, you're not entirely convinced they're fine. Like, the fact that they just jumped in, it's like, oh, we're fine, we're safe. How can that be possible? Like, none of this makes sense to you. In this moment, you're flustered. It doesn't sound like something doesn't sound right.
Maybe we have more of this road.
It's just the 60 feet here. I can cause it to go down to them.
Yeah, take it down to them.
At this point, whatever's moving in the water has moved gently, even more so towards you guys.
What's up?
What was that?
Laren.
We all have rope.
You do.
His is special though, right? Yours can like hold a ton of weight.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, his is special.
Because it doesn't cannot wait. Somebody would have to lift up Gar.
Yeah.
So
Do you
we
want
have
my rope?
half speed in the water, by the way.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
I'll say, send your rope to them.
Yeah,
Like one end down to them.
I do that. It causes it to untie and it goes.
While this is going super slow, the water is moving on the other side. You guys do see there is the platform relatively close to you guys, but about 15 feet off, something is swimming towards you
Do
guys.
we gotta go all the way around this thing?
No, this is just above. It actually like arcs above you
Oh,
to where
almost a
just
stone bridge.
this end is like a pillar in the water, and then this end. I can't ping. There we go. Yeah, that end is like another pillar in the water. But beyond that, it's open.
Swim, Laren, swim.
As you guys swim towards that, you're keeping pace with this thing.
10, 15. That's as far as I can move.
Oh no! Wait, can I?
No, you're okay. You're not in an initiative order right now, and if you were, it'd be the same movement speed. So.
Can I?
Okay.
Can I? Okay, he can make it. Okay.
Wait.
Oh,
Huh.
God.
Oh, no.
Thinking back to the sound of
Uh-huh.
would I think that maybe our little zombie friend that ran off fell into the water?
You're pretty sure that's a possibility.
Poor little thing.
That's amazing.
Maybe that's him moving.
Yeah, maybe that's it, movie. He's come back from.
So it gets about 15 feet out from you guys.
I don't know that they did that. I'm putting my rope down to where I thought they were.
Sure. It slowly travels down there. As this thing gets closer, it's about 15 feet out.
Guys, grab the rope.
Warhammer at the ready.
I got the rope for you.
Guys, I think there's a zombie.
Where are you guys? Grab the rope.
I'm over
found a
here.
little cove.
Where is here?
I'll just shoot off a divine. Can I see the zombie?
At this point, it's about 10 feet out, 5 feet out. It's really close to the edge here.
We're right here, and I do divine or sacred flame.
Okay.
The zombie.
As you
Whatever
see
this
this
is.
decrepit hand reach out from the water and climb up on the ledge, you see,
I see the
Can I
light come
kick
straight
it?
down.
and this bottom jaw missing. Yeah, this is definitely the zombie you found. Zombies do not need air.
Oh no. Okay.
Suddenly, you hear Gar say, "We're right here," and you see this flash of light that for a split second lights up underneath. You do see the platform that they're on and another figure starting to climb out towards them as it reaches up towards you guys.
Oh, they're right there.
So
Mavis, move the rope.
It's going to it. It's
so wait.
you see it
Well-
here in front of you, climbing up, right in front of you, Gar.
Yeah, I just cast sacred flame on it, so if she wants to do anything.
While it's climbing up, do I have some sort of like advantage to be able to just like lop its head off as it's going?
You can
up?
make an attack roll. Ren, how's it going?
Deal 35 damage.
So you do.
Do you get
'cause you're
advantage if
with
they're
the-
climbing?
Do what
How
now?
does that?
I don't
how
think
does
so.
Wrong.
With this rope, you would get advantage.
He's not considered.
Oh, okay.
No, he's saying advantage on the attack if they're climbing. No, you
I
wouldn't.
see.
You wouldn't get advantage on that. They're not considered prone or any status effect. But
So just
this is awesome.
normal-
Hey, Bit, how's it going?
Okay.
And thank you. Welcome to the stream. You're catching us towards the end of this, but thank you, Bit. I appreciate that. So yeah, you see this zombie start to climb up. Go ahead and make your attack roll for. Is it attack roll or save for Sacred Flame?
It's a
It's
dexterity
a dex save. Okay.
While he's swimming.
Ooh, nice.
Swimming. While he was on the edge. Sure. Go ahead. 1 second. Let's see. Will a 0 save?
Well, it's only 3 radiant.
And a 24. You would get sneak attack damage on that,
I was gonna
Laren.
say.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Nice.
All right. Alright,
Bit says,
alright.
hi, guys!
Hi, Bit!
Everybody, I am paying minimal attention to chat compared to what I would normally do, so I
Nice.
do apologize. 3, 6, 16. Okay.
Can I shoot at it with my bow while it's swimming as well?
I would say
Or does
yes.
I need to wait for initiative now?
With your
or-
bow?
With my bow.
Is that, you're proficient in bows from being an elf, right?
I am. Yes.
Okay,
I have a longbow.
It is currently about 60-ish feet. No, actually it's 60 feet straight down. It's about 70 or 80 feet from you right now. Honestly, the
Longbow
setup
is
is
like
I have a longbow. I have 150 range.
150 range. Oh, nice. Never mind. I will say disadvantage because you only had a split second with the light, and it's heavily obscured, so you're shooting where you thought it was, but go ahead and make an attack.
Okay.
Come on, baby.
With all of you, an 11 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Kill it.
Okay, so suddenly all at once as this zombie like tries to clamber out of the water, this flame just right on top of it, this rapier right into the chest of it, and this arrow from behind into the back of it as it
Poor Rick.
poor Rick.
Tink, tink.
It falls back into the water, starts sinking, it does not surface again. Yeah, you guys do find yourself here. 1 second, let me reveal this as well. A short tunnel that leads to the end of this, with a door at the other side. Yes,
Okay.
all the characters are level 3 bit.
Are
I
you guys
can't
okay?
see anything, so
We're okay.
Yeah, this is what you see, Laren, because Gar is just the only thing he could see or hear was the thing in front of him, and yeah, it wouldn't have any
Did
difference.
the rope help?
At this point, you do.
Thank you.
I'll say, bring the rope back. We need to cross.
Yeah, you're right.
the
Starts-
zombie's dead.
There was a zombie?
These.
Right,
That could have been it. So we don't know what that layer can be though.
Nope. Not. Sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
telling it to tie on the arrow again.
Sure. Goes back to the arrow. You guys then have your way across again. For those of you that wanted to tightrope walk it or climb across.
I'm tight roping it.
Yeah, you is. Go ahead.
Acrobat.
All right. So you climb your way up. You make it. You start to stumble a couple of times. You make it about halfway. Go ahead and make another acrobatics check for me.
Come on, baby.
Okay, with a
Okay.
14, you right yourself. You make sure you don't fall. You take a second to regain your composure.
Namaste.
And gently make your way across. You do end up making it to the other side. Can't stay long. Just wanted to say hi. Nice to see you both / all again. Hey, same, Ren. It's been a while. Nick Ren says hi as well to everybody. Ren, hope all is well, my friend. All right, so you do make it across, leaving just Genmare and Zeos on the other side, just chilling.
I ask if Nessa can wait on the end to like help people if they're like almost there but not.
Of
Like,
course.
if she could reach out and potentially.
So you see Nessa at the other side, prepared to receive anybody as they get closer. Yeah, go ahead and make whichever check you want to. Acrobatics, nice. And with that check, actually, you make it most of the way across. You don't even really stumble. You
Oh, sorry.
you take a second, really concentrate on this. You do make your way across with minimal issue. The knots give you a couple issues along the way. You almost trip over one of them, but thankfully not. And you start to wonder why Mavis made knots in this at all. But
22? What?
but you do not trip, and you make your way all the way across.
Yeah.
Those knots are helpful, huh?
They are not.
And
It's just too many puns.
I'll actually go to here.
you guys down at the bottom, Gar, you can't see anything. Laren, you do see at the end, this tunnel continues on to the right for about 40 feet or so before there is a gate at the other side, or like a iron door.
Okay.
Bit, this is a
I
custom
turned to
campaign
Gar
that I
for
have written, so
something.
if you have any questions, please
Thank
feel
you,
free to
Gar.
ask.
And then I let him know, ahead, it appears that about 40 feet, we've got a gate. I don't think we can make it past where we are right now.
You'll have to
Take this
lead
path.
me to the gate.
You
And I
start.
put my hand on your shoulder.
All right.
You guys start walking that way. Zeos, what are you doing in this time?
He's dashing back and forth at an incredible pace.
Just,
I'm gonna go on top an acrobatic crash.
yep, all right,
There
go ahead
you
and do
go.
it.
Let's fall into the water.
Okay. Walking up onto it, watching how everybody else has done it so far, you make your way across. It's close. I mean, this is a tightrope, which you haven't done a whole lot, but you do make your way about halfway across. Go ahead and make another check for me. You two, as you make your way to this gate, it's a bunch of different... It's like a solid iron door with just a window about a square foot or so with some iron bars on it. Looking through the other side, Gar, you both see actually this brazier surrounded by pillars on the other side. It is providing a little bit of light into here.
Can we see any way to open the gate or any way through it? Because like my lock picking or anything, would I know?
Is
Yeah,
it locked or trapped, Laren?
So looking on this side, you do not see any like mechanism, handle, lock, anything on this side of the door. You feel around to the other side, and you do feel a slot for a key.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It appears that
Zeus, with that acrobatics check, you make it all the way across as well.
there is the slot for a key, Gar. I might. Can I jimmy it?
Did they say anything when they like
Nope.
went that way?
Nope.
Okay. So we're over here wondering.
Are you guys okay? You need the rope?
As you guys hear this clanging of metal further down over to
What is
your
that?
to your right.
I pull out my little gun thing and I scurry on forward.
Uh-huh, sure. You guys make your way across and you see these hands reaching through these bars on the other side.
It's okay.
I
It's just
noticed
us.
that there's a dragonborn hand. Do I notice it?
It was Laren reaching through. It looks like a female human hand, small.
Does not look decayed though.
It doesn't.
Yes.
There's more hands!
Mavis, make a
It's just us.
insight check for me.
Oh, thank God. I'm at least proficient.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank
You've
you.
seen this before. It's got a little bit of leather armor on it as well. This looks like Laren's hand.
Oh, okay. It's not the other hands. We're good. We're okay. Do you guys need help?
I know,
Open
right,
the
Ben?
door.
It's so good.
We can't find a way through.
Can we open it?
So from your side,
I
you
think
do also
Vanessa
see...
had the key, right?
Not the key. She has lockpicks. Oh, no, not...
No.
No, this is... So looking at this...
Different door.
Go ahead and make a general investigation check, I guess.
Me?
Joel. Yeah, you.
Hey.
Not
All right,
bad.
at the 12. Nice.
Hey.
So looking around at this, the way this door is built, this doesn't look like Zook's door. Like this almost looks like a cell door, and it also doesn't make sense really why Zook would have built this in the first place. Also, it doesn't make sense because it seems like you have not seen any mining equipment up through here. It definitely stopped out in the cavern area that you guys came from. It doesn't look like this is the same people that inhabited this area. Zeus, you moved a little further forward, didn't you?
Yep. I want to look at the pillars. Do I see anything on the pillars?
Wow.
Do I need to investigate the pillars?
Investigation
Die.
check. But in the meantime, also you guys on the door, Laren, go ahead and make a.
Do I notice anything?
Laren, go ahead and make a thieves' tool.
Metal rod. Stone.
Pretty. Let's
Can I
see.
call it stone?
You're sure it's stone. You're sure they're pillars.
Made some
Beyond
nice
that,
pillars.
like the fire feels really good right now. Actually, it's been kind of cold and dank down here. Like you start just like warming your hands towards the fire. Dang, that feels good. Laren, go ahead and make a thieves' tools check for me with disadvantage because you are not able to get a very good handle on this from your side of the door.
All right, one moment.
Nice.
Thieves' tools are going to be underneath your passive perception in the far lower left of your sheet.
So it says input value? Does
Yeah,
that
you're going to
matter?
want to switch that to dex.
Okay.
Okay. I was looking for a 12. So,
Let's go.
you got it with that. It takes you a second. It's really weird with this side, the way you're like reaching through and you see Laren just like messing around with this lock before eventually you hear it unlock and the iron door opens up and you guys can go ahead and head on through. You guys now see Zeus over there just like warming his hands by the fire.
I want some of that action.
I'm gonna walk over there and warm mine as well.
Sure. For those of you with dark vision, you can see this.
Oh yeah.
further over to the right, the cave continues on before, very strangely, ahead, as you guys make your way over here, you guys all kind of see this, actually. I'll just reveal the whole area, to be honest. But the cave suddenly changes from cave to now there's worked stone here. This stone is finely cut. There's a stairwell leading up to a large double stone door with a couple braziers on either side.
Here we go.
You make your way up. The braziers are offering a little bit of light.
Now that I can see the
I'm
brazier,
rushing up
what's
with her.
around it? You said there's 4
I go with
pillars.
it.
Yeah, 4 pillars. Go ahead and make an investigation check, Gar.
What's
Feeling
over
like
here?
it's real life. Thank you, Lynette. I appreciate that. Oh, Moose, you're going to head out. Thank you, Moose, so much for hanging out with us. I really appreciate that, man. Have a wonderful night. We'll talk to you later, my friend. For the 14, Gar, you see... You don't know how Zeos missed this. On the top pillar, there's a subtle, like, inset part of a hand, a palm, where it looks like a
Compared to
palm.
My hand, how large?
Smaller. It looks like human-sized hand too. It looks like a palm. Your hand can be pressed into it. On the other pillars, you see, on the right one, nothing. It doesn't look like there's anything on the pillar. On this bottom one, you see a perfectly dark circle. Looks like a black circle.
Is it indented or is it like just like
It
painted
looks
on?
like it's written on there. Yeah. And then on the left, you see. What languages do you speak?
Draconic and common.
Yeah. You see writing. You don't know what it says though.
Okay.
That's me. I know a lot of languages.
I'm not speaking to you.
Gar's throwing a hissy fit.
I'm just looking while they were all walking over there.
Sure. What were you guys doing? Also, this
This
would be.
pisses me off. Why did I have to roll?
Okay, so you guys. Huh?
How many things do I have? How many torches do I have?
I'm gonna go look over here because I didn't see anything on the damn pillars. Is there anything over here?
Sure. As you make your way up here, the other thing that you notice about this area, Zeos, is that this leads up to a solid dead end.
Ah.
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. What were the 3 of you down here wanting to do again?
I'm
So
looking
you
at
have
all the
10
steps,
torches.
how it's working.
A 2 for 5. Yeah, this is just a dead end on a cave wall. Like, I don't know. It's it's
poor hat.
weird. Doesn't make sense.
Oh no.
There's nothing on the ground around you. It doesn't make sense here. What were?
I don't know where I am.
Yeah, you have 10 torches, Nessa. You can actually add those as class resources. And the one you probably left on the other side, you could light another one if you wanted to, though.
I lighted another one out. What's going on over here?
Okay, so so you light another one. You don't need to though. Actually, these braziers are dimly lit. They are providing light
Oh,
though.
then whatever.
Yeah, a little bit of
I
light.
don't.
Okay, you don't do that. Yeah, Gar, that's what you see on those pillars.
I don't remember what you said
I
on the
grabbed
left.
Mavis's
The left
arm,
one
I'm
is
like, "Don't go
some
up
sort of
there yet."
script, a language you don't
Oh,
understand.
So beautiful. I don't. Who do you
Mavis,
think
we don't know
writes it?
what's up there.
It's very well done.
So,
Get closer with my goggles.
so the other thing is these stairs lead up about a 10-foot, probably about a 10-foot height difference.
So we can't see. Fuck.
Yeah, you can make your way up the stairs. You can see the light from the braziers. It's
Can we go
dim,
now?
dimly
Oh,
lit.
yeah, let's
Sure.
go.
All right, you guys
Come on,
make your
Mavis.
way up.
Don't touch anything.
It's so beautiful.
So, make investigation checks, all 3 of you.
All right.
Was it a perfect circle?
Oh no! I got a +7. I got a 9.
You got a 0. Yes, a perfect circle. Go.
yeah.
Okay, Laren, as you guys are looking at this door, it's a solid stone door. There are no handles. There are no locks on this. There are no.
I dumb as shit.
Like you barely know it's a door. It looks like a wall to you, Nessa. I don't think this is really
Nothing's
anything.
Here and I leave.
No, Nessa, come back.
Just.
No, Nessa, come back.
Laren, you look above and you see in common, etched in above the doorway the phrase, "I do so tire of ceaseless light."
I don't see it.
No, you guys don't see it. You're like,
I'm just looking at
fascinating
the
door.
This is wonderful. Amazing. This is fascinating.
Sorry, what language did you say that was in again?
In common.
Okay, so I would
Yep.
know that. Okay.
Yeah, you understand it. Everybody would.
It appears that there is an inscription on the top of this door.
Inscription.
Zzz.
I
Pull off my
do-
goggles.
You guys both look up and you see it as well.
What did it say?
I do so tire of ceaseless light. Here, I'll
Wait,
put
let me write this.
Yeah, let's get some notes going.
Oh,
I'll put it in chat for you, for anybody as well if you want to.
All
where
right.
the fuck did my pen go? Did you take my pen?
Gar, what were you?
Sorry, I ate it.
Josh has it.
Yep. Sorry, I stole it. It's over here now. Gar, is there anything you're doing?
Just kind of still looking at the pillars, waiting to see what they're gonna do with the door.
Make a second investigation check for me.
I'm coming to look over at the pillars as well.
Sure, go ahead and make an
I'm gonna
investigation
walk
check.
back over to the pillars after not seeing.
Okay, all three of you guys.
As Genmare comes up, I'll point out the symbols that I saw the first time around.
Sure. And then Zeos,
What?
investigation check from you as well.
Okay. I don't have any more hats to throw, so it better be good.
Come on, baby.
You can throw the hoodie.
Come on, 5.
Channel
Please
it.
be another 5.
Channel it.
Oh, okay. So Gar and Zeos, you guys, Gar, as you point out this perfect black circle, the other thing that you notice is you look around the pillars. This perfect black circle is on each side of the 4 sides of this pillar. It's a square pillar for each of these. On the other one, Zeos, what languages do you know, and you as well, Genmare? There's different script on each side. Okay, neither of you guys recognize this.
Oh shit.
The languages. On the other side, all 4 sides of the pillar on the right don't appear to be. Actually, Zeos. The one thing that you do notice with that is that lining up the height with where each of these things are, the circle, the script, that same height on this second one is pretty reflective. It's like very smooth on the stone.
The light on this one?
That one. It's so smooth it almost looks like it's really lighting it up. And then Gar and Zeos, you look down at the ground and you see these circular scrape marks on the ground around the pillars. Is that VJ? That is VJ, Luna.
Square pillars.
Do I recognize any of this?
This is foreign to you. The language you
So-
don't understand. The circle, you're not entirely sure.
You're saying
Was
the
there
second-
anything on this one?
That one is the
There was
one
a
that contains like an indent of a handprint.
Oh, the hand. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Is
it's
that
only
the
a
only thing that's on it?
only thing that's on it. And that's also the only one that you don't see any circular scrapes along the bottom of it.
Is there any writing on that one?
Nope. Around the outside of it, there's nothing. It's just a normal pillar. It's just the part that's facing the fire. There's a handprint.
And we don't understand any of the script. We don't recognize it at all. I don't recognize.
No, you don't. You don't
Try to
recognize
turn
it.
the pillar with the circle.
I
Sure.
wanna start walking back
It
down
turns.
to See what they're doing.
Gar, you rotate the pillar with the circle.
Wait, what did you do?
He turned the pillar. He
How?
rotated it.
I just
Oh,
with his
you
hands.
actually physically turned it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Did it feel like it struggled, or was it fairly easy?
It was pretty
When I
easy
feel-
overall. Like, I mean, it's a big pillar, so you're fighting against the weight of it, but it didn't feel like it struggled. And now you see again a perfectly black circle there.
Miss Nessa, I know you're well versed in languages. Do you understand any of these on this pillar?
Nessa, you take a look at the one that has script on it, and it's written in Goblin.
Wait.
Wait, I know
Genmare
Goblin.
can do that.
Genmare knows
Goblin.
Goblin.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
I
2
just-
for
I had
you.
It separated into 2.
Okay.
So I can see it on my character sheet.
Gotcha. Okay, then
Gotcha.
yeah, I
That's
didn't
why
see
I was
that.
surprised. I'm like, really? None of us?
Between all
So
of them.
Genmare, suddenly it occurs to you, I do know that script. Wait a minute, I read that.
It's been a while since I've used it.
I didn't even see the 2. So yeah, the one that's currently facing. So there are 4 sides to this thing. The pillar on the right. Welcome back, Minty. Or the right side. The right side of this pillar, currently in Goblin, says the word dim.
What else does this?
Okay.
This
calling
one?
us down
On the
here.
other side, the bottom side says the word bright.
On
The-
this one?
Yep. The left side says the word dark. And the top side says the word shining.
Okay, I relay that to whoever's
Yeah,
to the
well-
right.
You and Genmer
I'm
both.
walking back to see.
Maybe you need to turn it so that the bright side's facing the fire and the dark side's facing the opposite.
All the circles are the same darkness.
Yep. Actually, go ahead and make a... Well, no, you don't even need to make a check for it. The circle that was facing the fire at first appeared dark. As you turned it, the one that is facing it now appears pure black, but the one that was faced away from the fire, or rather the opposite side, that has no light shining on it right now, looks like a silver rather than a black.
Wait.
So the bottom side of this bottom pillar is currently it actually is silver now.
So the phrase above the door said, "I do so tire of
Ceaseless light.
light." So it tires of having constant light. Do we need like?
That's above the door, though. Is it? Do we?
But can't get into the door. So do we need to like?
My thought is we need to set this in some sort of configuration, and then press our palm against the handprint, and maybe that opens the door.
That pillar is
I'm
extra
also wondering
shiny,
if we
so
need
maybe
to kill the fire.
What you
Kill
doing?
the fire.
Which talking about these ones?
No, this one.
Oh, that one.
'Cause I think this has to do with opening the door.
We could light the sucker back up, so I don't see why not put it out.
Should I do the honors?
sure.
Oh god.
Ah,
I'm gonna step
the
away.
hell do I put it out with?
I'm gonna get my sword and my shield ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good
I'll get
call.
my weapon.
Sure.
Get my rapier.
I guess I won't stand in front of you.
Yeah, guard. The
Yeah.
side that you're currently on, and the sides on the side of it, they still look pretty black. Hi, Frankie. Or no, that's not Frankie. That's
You're
Tika.
right there. Holy shit.
Tika.
I know. There she is.
No.
I was looking something up.
Do you have a water skin in your pack?
Look back in the
So,
suspicious
yeah,
circle.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk up.
Currently,
Okay,
they are
we'll stand
trying to
back.
solve a puzzle.
Okay.
And I dump the water on
Sure,
the fire.
you-
It's not much water.
Wait, what?
It's my water skin.
Okay, sure. You dump out your water skin on it. The brazier like dims a little bit before reflaring.
It didn't work, guys. I'm out of water too.
Do you have any ice magic?
Somehow, for some reason, had no effect.
I don't think it can be
I
out.
could try that. I could try icing.
Oh, okay. I'll stand back. I'll stand back.
Okay, I will use Ray of Frost.
Sure. All right, so you take your dagger. The crystal glows this whitish blue at the end before this beam of frost energy leaps into your hand. You shoot it out at the fire. It puts it out for a second before it flares back up.
What the?
I think this is more of a puzzle than we're.
Who was
making it
on
better
the?
for.
Is this where you were, Zeos?
No, I was over here.
When you put it out? Okay,
Yeah.
make a perception check for me.
Alright.
That one.
What were the 4 words on the left pillar?
Shiny,
dim,
bright,
shining.
dark, and dim.
Dark was the other one.
12. Okay. Yeah, you didn't really notice much beyond that. I mean, it dimmed, it froze the fire over, evidently, but it flared back up pretty fast.
Yeah, it
The
was.
fire will never go
white.
out. When that-
Was there any change to this pillar when it happened?
Can I do a perception check? I haven't done one yet. Over here.
Let's see. What are you trying to check out here with this current position? Right here where you are, you see the same things that have been relayed to everybody else.
Who? Me?
Yeah, Nessa. You see the dark circle on the one pillar, the slight reflective surface on the other pillar. You guys would have pointed out by now that all of the pillars, or at least the one down at the bottom, is the only one Gar tried to turn.
Wait, you said this one did not
Oh
have
god, I'm
the
sorry.
circle trap?
Yeah, it didn't. You suddenly scaled the pillar.
On all the pillars.
Yeah.
Spider mode.
Correct,
What happened?
Gar.
Does that silver look like the same as like this reflective surface, or does it look like different materials?
No, it looks like different material. The one is the silverish circle doesn't look reflective per se.
So
It's
does it look shiny?
yeah, no, not really. It looks more like this isn't directly into the stone. The other one looks like it was polished or smoothed out to create this reflective surface on it.
I'm gonna turn it back to make the original side face it and see if the back side changes again.
Okay, the backside appears to be black now. So as you turn it,
I'm gonna keep it turning.
the other thing that you notice is as the silver side that was on the back moves to the side, it appears black now.
Okay.
As you turn it again, you see a more grayish tone on this one.
On the back side now that the silver is facing.
Yep. The silver would be opposite now, facing the fire.
Right.
Yep.
So do we need to turn them all to dark?
Well, that's only this pillar that has.
What happens if we
script
turn
on
the
it.
right
Yeah.
pillar?
Turn the one on the left to dark.
Okay.
I'll have to get Nessa's help or someone's help that knows so we know which one it is.
Sure. One of them points out to you which one
I'll
it
do
should
the
be.
one on the left.
What's goblin written in?
I think it's a script all its own, or is it written in common?
I think it's like dwarvish or something.
Oh, it is dwarvish script. You're right.
If it's written in a script that we slightly understand, I feel like I can pick up like, oh, okay, that's that, so I know some difference of it.
You can understand the letters, but it's like Spanish using English letters, even though it might be a totally different word. You don't necessarily know what the word means.
Yeah.
Well, if they,
if they pointed out which one, you guys would know which one says what.
That's what I'm saying.
Just to
Yep.
get a refresher on that. So the top one says
The top one doesn't
Top
say
one has a
anything.
hand.
the
Has a
hand.
handprint.
The bottom one has the dark circle.
Left one is the writing.
And the one on the right is this smooth, reflective surface.
So I'll turn the one on the left to show dark towards the fire.
Okay.
I guess I'll turn it. I don't remember which side was which for the.
Sure. You point the dark side towards the fire now.
I'm gonna point the pillar I'm behind to have the silver facing me. This would be a
Okay.
black circle.
So let's see. In order, there was the silver, then the gray, so that the silver side is now facing the fire.
No, the silver side would be facing opposite.
Okay. Okay, opposite. So then that means that what
So
you see
facing
now
Gar.
in front of you.
The silver should be in front of me, and the opposite side should be black.
Okay, the opposite and both sides are black. The one that appeared gray also appears black right now, with the little bit of light emanating on it, touching the sides of the pillar.
And then,
Notice anything else?
what happens if we turn the pillar on the right?
On the right, you turn that one. It appears to be a slightly less reflective surface on this one.
Again.
Turn it again. This one appears to actually be completely rough, so much so that it's not reflective at all. It's almost like it's absorbing the light. It actually appears a little bit like not as well lit up as the rest of the pillar.
And
Should I
last
putting
side.
the fire
Last
out
side
there?
appears even shinier than the first side. Like
Okay,
more
so I'll turn
reflective.
it back.
Back one, okay.
Should I try putting the fire out then?
No, I think someone needs to put their hand in the thing.
I'll do it.
So hold on. One last thing I need to remember is you said
It
that the
says
silver
dark
side is.
facing,
Can you reach it?
and then
I
it's
will jump.
silver facing. The
You,
silver
that
is
it was
facing
gray.
this wall,
Silver
Yeah,
gray.
silver is facing Gar right now.
Okay, gotcha.
and then this has that rough surface facing the fire.
Okay, so you turned the bottom pillar twice to see the silver and the gray, right? Okay.
Maybe we should check what the last one is, just so we know, like what
turning it?
that last side is, since we only did it 2 turns.
Which
No,
one?
it was like
The bottom pillar. Did we look at every side?
Yeah, I think you
No.
Like facing.
Oh, we didn't.
No.
I feel like we only did it 2 different
Okay,
ways.
then I'll turn it the opposite direction to see the.
Okay, so it goes from silver to gray, and then as you turn it another time, this one appears almost like a dull blue.
What color is the hand?
The hand,
What's
it doesn't have any color. It's just inset.
What's the fourth one?
The fourth one, you turn it again, and this one is pure black on your side.
So if it says cease, so we want everything to be dark.
That's not
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah,
Oh.
I would want the dark side facing the fire.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
pure
you
black. We
you
want
turn it twice.
super unreflective, and we want dark.
Okay. So you do all
Yes.
of that.
I got it.
Bing! You put your hand on the pillar. It glows with this like purplish energy before it goes dim and the fire goes out.
I think I did it.
Looking into the brazier, you can see there is currently a button on the inside.
I push it.
You push it, it pops right back up. But for
Push it.
a second, as you pushed it, you heard.
Did anyone else hear that? Pushing it again.
What direction does it sound like it came from?
Sounds like it came over from the stairs.
All right, can we?
I push and hold
Oh,
it.
we'd have
You,
to go over.
okay,
there.
as you push and hold it down, suddenly you hear. You look over and you see that the doors,
We did it.
the doors over up the stairwell, have opened up. Looking inside,
We did it.
yeah.
When you let go, does it stay
Yeah, does the
open?
door
Yeah, is
start
it a
closing
defense?
when you let go?
No, it stays open.
Ah.
You are all masters of intelligence. I'm very impressed.
You guys did a perfect just zoop, rearranging there. That was well done. I was saying, waiting for the evil DM smile for when the players mess up. Oh, they already did that. Laren fell in the water.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yeah,
But
that
says,
was
"Good
fun.
job, guys." So as you guys make your way in, you look inside, and again, this cleanly cut stone floor compared to the rough cave from the outside. These walls on the inside are smooth. They're solid stone,
It's so
not
pretty.
cave wall. The ceilings as well are solid stone. There's a short staircase ahead of you. As you stand at this threshold, looking inside, I'm afraid that's where we're gonna have to end the session for tonight.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, there's time for rock.
Right.
GG.
Gee.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm a big sad boy because I have no more
I
spell
like the
slots.
puzzle.
Here, 1 second.
Oh, that's right. So we need a long
High
rest.
fives, everyone except Z.
Yeah, I'm ready to take a
Misa,
long
not really.
So-
Chris, yeah, didn't it?
The one, not a cliffhanger. Yep.
And in real
Oh,
life,
Minty,
He's all about
nice.
protecting his friends.
Here's
and
a sneak
family.
peek for you guys.
Well, you had it covered. You asked for a 1v1.
This is what you see on the other side as a sneak
Ooh.
peek.
It's so
that's the other
pretty.
side.
It is over here is where you guys started, outside with the two braziers. The other side is smooth stone, a stairway with a 5-foot retaining wall or something on the side of it.
Where are we going?
Right here. So these are not floor to ceiling right here. These are just like about 5 feet high, where it raises up a little bit. But that is all you can see for now, as we will continue that next week.
nice.
GG, y'all.
GG.
That was good.
Are there any spoilers in chat?
Yeah, give me a
Get
second.
rid of stuff so we can say hi to chat.
You're right.
Facts.
Give me 1 sec.
I'm.
Okay, you can go ahead and switch now.
Chat.
Chat, they're here. Oh man, that was awesome. Hello.
We didn't die.
You didn't die.
We didn't die.
Car got close. He got beat up on a lot. But
I got
Oh,
wolf
that-
dog.
Are you almost out of spell slots?
Here's the
Those
thing.
No,
guys-
I have 2 left, but
Okay.
With how hard those guys hit you, I'm gonna be honest. I had originally planned that encounter with those 2 ogre zombies. Each of the 4 piles were going to become skeletons, and there were actually 4 zombies coming out of the thing instead of
we would
2.
have been able to handle it.
You probably could
I
have.
think
That would have been good.
You probably
Yeah.
could have, but
I probably wouldn't have sat out then.
yeah, probably not.
Very true.
maybe we need our resources for what's ahead.
Mm.
That's why he.
Well, here's the thing. I have no more resources. So
Oh, you're
Yeah,
out now.
This is
Completely
this is a
out.
dungeon crawl at this point.
my Turrets are only
Did you
on
make
long
that map?
rests, too.
No, I did actually make this bit. I used a program for it. Do you mean the cave map? I used that program that I sent you, actually, Incarnate. That's the one that I used for it. But yeah, I made that one. The next one that I just showed a sneak peek of. Actually, all the maps. I've used some sort of map making software to make them.
Fact. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Map's been looking pretty cool.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I'm excited for next week.
Me too.
I actually, so here's the thing. I didn't know how far you guys were going to get, so I had already planned this entire section out that you guys are in, so next week's ready.
Ooh.
Oh, sweet.
So for once, I'm ahead of the curve. Like, what the heck?
Josh.
You're gonna find something to freak out about at the last
It'll
second.
be like tomorrow, but
Yeah, it'll still be half an hour there.
next week, I mean.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hopefully they work next week.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Doing amazing. Thank you, Lynette. I appreciate that. Oh, well, awesome, guys. Nicely done.
That was awesome.
Oh,
There's gonna be some interesting character interactions between Gar and Zeus.
that's
now.
true.
Yeah.
Gar's unhappy.
Respect the duel!
I'm coming to see you when, Lynette.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, wait.
When, Lynette. When.
Give us when it happened. When it happened. What you got?
Yes.
Oh, December 3rd. Nice.
That's awesome.
Long rest maybe next time.
So we gotta all get together.
Nice, Lynette.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm gonna have to
awesome.
come visit.
Heck
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
Oh, we should too.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we should make a night of it. That'd be awesome.
We can get
Oh
there.
God. The water
I
bottle.
hope you can
Oh, the water bottle. That's right.
Do you need that back sooner? We could shoot up there.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Didn't even know you could
I
book
don't
flights that
need
far up,
it,
man.
it's just Funny.
It's true.
This
Oh.
is where I take my leave for now. Goodbye.
All right.
everybody.
Yes, this is
I
where
love
I'm
you.
gonna.
Nick, let your face.
I'm gonna.
All you say, bye to Chad.
Josh, what you need to do
Mm-hmm.
is take the water bottle,
Mhm.
toss it to the wall behind you, and put TJ's water bottle left in Atlanta, now here.
Yes, that'd be perfect. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna drop out from chat now as well. We're gonna go into a raid, so for anybody that wants to stick around, we can show them some love. Perfect. Thank you, Biddy.
All right.
They can't see me.
But yeah, thank you, Bid, for stopping in towards the end of that. I'm going to be writing up, and this is the perfect time for me now, to write up an informational packet between now and next session, explaining the setting and also everything that the players have done so far. So, that'll be awesome. You're a cool streamer. Hello, Mew, you're a cool streamer. Thank you, Jared. Oh, hi, viewer. You know what, Jared? You a cool viewer.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
You do him an honor.
We have so much in common. I'm a cool streamer, he's a cool viewer. Jared, we
Man.
should do something about this.
Cool beans. All right, I am gonna head out of voice as well.
Yep, alright. Hey, thank you
Goodbye,
guys.
Zach.
Well done,
Goodbye,
everybody.
everyone.
That's true love right there. Let's be cool together. I'm down. See you guys. Alright, perfect. So, let's see. We're going to see if we can have, if we can find anybody else that's streaming D&D to bring the party that way. If not, I have a couple options online that we could raid. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what Biddy can find. So yeah, let's see. I guess in the meantime, while mods are looking, I could show. Oh no, we didn't even get to that. Man, I actually didn't get as far as I expected. I'm terrible right now. Bit, is this a problem for you as well? Judging session length and how long it's gonna take to reach certain areas, because man, I fail at it. Judging. I'm terrified. Took me a long while to learn. I feel that. Jared. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely feel that bit. I think that I have the next 2 sessions planned out. But I love overguesstimating because then I don't have to. Yeah, exactly. That was helpful for me this time. I have pretty much all of next session ready to go, which we'll do next Sunday as well. If you have the time bit, we are streaming on Sundays at 7 Central. I don't know what time zone you're in, actually, now that I think about it. Biddy, if you're in chat, Eastern. Okay, so it's 8 p.m. for you when we start. We try to keep it to about 3 hours, and we did a pretty good job this time. It was about 3.5. I'll try to write up my character info tonight. I'll have some time this week to do that now, as everything... Oh, no, you're fine, Biddy. As now everything is pretty much set up for the next session. I am tired, though. Yeah. Biddy, if you want, we can just raid, somebody else on here. I do have a raid target in mind. That would be fine with me. You guys want to do that? You want to raid a Rocket League streamer? Haha! Let's do it! For sure. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's totally fine. All these characters. I know, I am too. Bit, if you have any feedback for me as a DM, I always appreciate it. I am looking to improve wherever I can. I know that that I will not be Matt Mercer, but I do use that as something to try and work my way up to. You got a Q button? No, you. Uno. Ha! I did both of them. Ha ha! So, you just saying that. Always a dream, right? Oh, man. So, let's do this. Wow. Wow. All right, you know what? We're raiding X-Hammer, guys. Some of you might know him. He's part of the Sexy Crew, Tri-House's crew, John Dello, all those guys. They're freaking fantastic. Here's the raid command. No sub raid command. Or if you want to, we can do a tool raid, should you so desire. Bye, cuties. Keep on being... God dang it. Okay, bye. All right. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out for yet another session. Join us next week for episode 4 of Sunset Valley. And we'll see where the players go in this random underground structure in a cave that they thought was empty with undead that shouldn't be there. So many questions. Yeah, pretty much just that. So, all right, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Let's raid X-Hammer, show him some love. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but I will let you guys know as always. For any of you that are not in the Discord, you can go ahead and join there. Good ask. God dang it, Joel. It's going to become a thing. Shoot. All right. I love you all. I'll talk to you guys later. Let's raid.